Hello, can everybody hear us?
Hello.
Hello.
As you
Hello.
can see,
Oops.
all of our cameras are in the wrong space, so you get to watch me fix them in real time while we do
My name
stuff.
is Zero.
Starship acting. Oh.
Ah.
Yes, exactly. Ugh. Throwing all my
Everything's fine. Don't worry about any of this.
Shift the universe.
nice.
And here, I'll make y'all's volume a lot louder too. Cool. So, Graybeard, what are we doing today? Because nobody heard you the first time.
We're gonna play some Dungeon World tonight, and so basically, what we need to do is we need to do our character bonds yet, and then a short intro, and then get right into it because it's Dungeon World. So I guess we were going to start with RJ and Rigard Kane. You have some bonds, so tell us what your bonds are, and then start choosing people.
I was muted this entire time. Ha ha ha. Okay, so let's start from the top. Blank owes me their life, whether they admit it or not. I kind of want to say Zero the Invincible owes me their life, whether they like it or not.
No, I
Or
don't.
admit it or not.
All right. Do we
Um,
want to just go through everyone's, or do we want to do one person at a time? There's merits to both. So
I like round robin. Round
all
robin
right,
can work.
okay, and then I guess I'm gonna go around on my screen. So LB as Blackpink, choose a bond and let us know.
Blackpink. I sang stories of blank. Oh no, this is not my first adventure with blank. This is not my first adventure with Pip.
Cool, very cool.
We go way back.
All right. Again, I'm going around on my screen. Zero the Invincible, one of your bonds, please.
Blank shares my hunger for glory. The earth will tremble at our passing. I'm gonna go red.
Good choice. Good choice. All right. I've got way too many screens open.
Same.
Okay, so after red, that puts us at, or after Zero the Invincible, that puts us to red. What do you got, red?
Blank has insulted my deity. I do not trust them.
Ooh.
Rigard, I want to go with you on this one.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And my deity is the vengeful ones. So
Noted. Okay.
All right, and what? Let's take a second. What's the premise of the vengeful ones? I mean, obviously they're vengeful.
Yeah, they are vengeful. So as far as Dungeon World is concerned, they are they believe in bloody conquest. Very you fuck with me, he will most certainly fuck with you.
All right, nice.
So yeah.
All right, that takes us to Pips.
So one of my bonds is that someone smells more like prey than a hunter. I will say Rygard.
to you, huh? All right, okay.
Ouch.
And back to you, RJ.
Second, I have sworn to protect. I want to say I have sworn to protect Black.
Okay.
Turn?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay, sorry. I mean, we're adults. We can do this probably by ourselves.
Yes.
I
Exactly.
sang stories of blank long before I ever met them in person. I'm gonna say Zero.
All right, because he is invincible.
Yeah.
All right, Zero. Your next bond.
Blank is always getting into trouble and must protect them from themselves. That is regard for sure.
Okay. And try not to have two with any one person. So
From ours.
yeah.
Try
Yeah.
to spread them out.
Yep.
Because
I thought it was one for everyone.
well, there shouldn't be enough for one for everyone on your bonds.
I have 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
our
yeah.
party is actually just right for this.
Okay. I always thought there was 3. Everyone had 3, but okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
I think it must be a bard thing.
I'm just
Okay.
that cool.
Okay, Red, you're up next for your second bond.
Blank is in constant danger. I will keep them safe.
And
I think this is black.
It's okay. Everyone likes to protect me.
The squishy.
the squishy. All right. Pips, your second second bond.
My second bond is the spirit spoke to me of great danger that follows. I'm going to say 0.
Ooh, nice.
I'm on a mission to get the best mani-pedi ever, and
And Pips, can you tell us what that evil is, or don't you know?
Oh, I don't know.
All right. All right. I'm taking a couple notes, and that brings us back around to Rigard, your third.
Third one, I worry about the ability of Red to survive in the dungeon.
All right. And what are you going to do about it?
Probably, hopefully, keep them alive. Keep them alive. Do not know.
All right.
Red's pronouns are they, them.
Okay.
Okay. On to LB.
Blank is
one.
often the butt of my jokes. I'm gonna go with Red. Sorry.
I accept this.
Nice. Okay. And down over to 0, the invincible.
Blank's ways are strange and confusing. That is gonna be Pips, because you're the druid, aren't you?
Yes.
Yep. Strange and confusing.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Red.
I am working on converting Pips to my faith.
Oh.
Good luck, buddy.
Okay, that's
Everybody
awesome.
can use a little vengeance.
All right. Pips is this 3?
This is 3. I have shown Red a secret right of the land.
Ooh. Okay. Do you want to elaborate at all on what that right might be?
I don't know yet. Maybe
Okay.
we'll see.
And it can come up in play too.
Yeah.
You know. All right, Rigard, number 4.
I want to switch my third one, and instead I worry about the ability of Pips to survive in the dungeon.
Okay.
And I'm going to give my last one to Red. Red is soft, but I will make them hard like me.
All right.
Weird
LB.
flex, but okay.
Every time somebody says that one, it's the same thing.
I am writing a ballad about the adventures of Rigard.
Okay. Rigard gets his own ballad. Very
I mean,
nice.
I've already got one.
It's a very sad one. Oh, I have a few for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And okay, 0. You're
So
on
my
your...
last one would be Black is puny and foolish, but amusing to me.
You are puny and foolish. Nice. All right. Red, last one.
0 is a good and faithful person. I trust them completely.
Wow. Wow. Okay. That's harsh. Okay. Pips, last one.
My last one is that Black has tasted my blood and I theirs, and we are bound by it.
Whoa. All right.
It was
Metal.
kinky.
It's a little
Ouch.
dark.
Do they know about this blood tasting, or is it all subtle?
Oh no, it was a thing.
Because we've adventured together, so.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Happens.
All right.
After 2 a.m. Stays after 2 a.m.
I have one more.
Oh.
Wait, I have two more.
Two
Whoa.
more.
I do.
All right,
I'm very
Bard.
bonded.
Well, that's great though, because you'll be able to use
Mhm.
that to your advantage later on. So
Yeah. How about Zero has trusted me with a secret? Feel free to message me that. And then
Rickard actually did save my life.
Blank does not trust me, and for good reason.
okay.
Oh, that's a good. Everyone trusts me though. Maybe
Dun, dun,
it's Red
Okay.
doesn't trust me for good reason
All right. All right.
because I'm a gossipy bitch.
Okay. I'm gonna
I feel like
let
you
that
told everybody my
slide.
backstory.
All right. Now we're gonna play a very quick little bit of ad libs here. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, I only have four things to answer. So, I guess. Who wants to sit out on the ad lib thing?
I'll do it.
There's four of
All
us, right?
Yeah, but well, there's 5 of you. There's 5
There's-
players. So, okay. So then I guess one of you, we'll just take turns. Everybody gets one. Someone give me the name of the kingdom we're adventuring in this evening.
Allendale.
Allendale. Perfect.
We're living here in Allendale. Holy shit.
All
it's
right.
starting to be.
And someone give me a number between 800 and 1200.
Oh, 1066.
1066. Ooh, Battle of Hastings. All right.
It is stuck in my brain.
I had a relative at that battle.
Me too.
Okay. What was? Oh, sorry. And then I need a number between 5 and 15.
7.
7. And lastly, on a different sheet, I need the name of the last village you were in.
I'm terrible with names. Barboza.
Ah, perfect. Full of pirates are. Okay. All right. So I can't put this image in chat, but I will put it in the Discord channel over here so you guys can see it. So the players can see it. All right. So
Oh no.
that's the towns and such that you have passed through oft look like this.
Oh no.
This is I always call, when I run Dungeon World, I like to run it kind of in the world of Darkest Dungeon. So it's called Darkest World. And in the kingdom of Allendale, which means the bread giver in the old tongue, in the year 1066, our story begins. The kingdom for the past 2 generations has grown darker and darker. What once was the finest lands in all of the 7 kingdoms now wither and die on the vine. That which grows in the earth is plagued with worms, and the livestock is all but bones and disease. The darkness has brought with it denizens of the night. Many cruel and unimaginable things lurk just beyond the flicker of the lantern's light. This is where we begin. Let me switch notes. All right. So As you were at the village of, oops, wrong notes, Barboza, you were supposed to go there and investigate the presence of a werewolf. Um, Unfortunately, you found that the village was all werewolves. Here on the full moon, you find yourselves fleeing from the village without the proper weapons or magic to defeat said werewolves. You're fleeing through the woods. As you stumble, the branches are snagging and catching at you. Pips goes down, tripping on a tree root.
Oh no.
Who wishes to help her up?
Oh well,
All right. How many bonds do you have with Pips?
1.
All right. 2d6 plus 1, good sir. Adding your strength or dexterity, your choice. Mod, that is.
I
When
was
I
going to
call out-
say that's easy.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's always mod. I'll call out instead of calling it con or strength or whatever.
that is
it'll
8.
Oh, excellent. You do succeed. You have defied danger. Using your strength?
Yep.
All right. You stumble, hesitate, or flinch in grabbing Pip up. I have to give you a hard bargain and a worse outcome or an ugly choice. You drop a weapon to get her up and keep moving, or the werewolves get closer to the party.
I've
Up
only
to
got
you.
1 weapon.
Oh, just the one?
Yeah, it only gave me an option of 1 weapon.
Really? Under your equipment, it gave you no other weapons?
Oh no, I'll drop my dagger. I didn't see that.
Perfect. All right.
I was like, this sucks.
Remove the dagger because your weapon is like a monstrous something, right?
I got a 2-handed sword.
All right.
I didn't really
So-
want to drop that fella.
Now that we know you're fleeing from the werewolves, let's go around and describe ourselves and describe how you're dashing through the woods in the moonlight being pursued. Rigard, let's start with you. Give us what you look like and such.
Currently, Rigard is wearing a very light, like scale mail armor, fashioned by like elves to make it light and mobile. But underneath it, he has a ravaged body. Underneath the full plate helm, brilliant green, eager eyes stare out, and very wild blonde hair that's super messy and like flowing, but it's just like compact right now. His skin is super scarred up from just battles past.
And what weapons does he carry?
He has a signature weapon, Bolide.
Oh, that's right. And tell us something about it. What characteristics?
It basically looks like a blackjack, like the Billy Club, but
Okay.
it's basically a forearm thick and a forearm long,
Okay.
and it looks very sinister. A lot of dark engravings and black stains.
Okay. And what tags does it have? Sinister and anything
So
else?
the look is sinister. The tags I have are close and reach. It's a
Okay.
flail style weapon,
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Okay.
and there are many hooks and spikes on it.
All right. And how are you moving through the woods with your party?
Rigard is like dashing, clunk, 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 waits for like the last person, like sort of the SWAT team, like go, go, go.
All right. Blackpink, describe yourself and tell us how you are fleeing from the werewolves.
So I'm an elf. I'm very blonde, and I have on a it's more like a bikini, like like where you see like fantasy armor for ladies. That's pretty much what I'm wearing. And then I have on like leather looking pants that are kind of like stop right under my knee, and they kind of like flare out, and I have this like armband attached, so like when I do my dance moves and stuff, it's really impressive.
All right. And do you have any weapons and or an instrument?
I don't have an instrument, but I do have. I'm wearing ostentatious clothing, of course, and I have a bow and a short sword.
All right. And how are you fleeing through the wilderness?
Very acrobatically, like a gymnast when they run, toes pointed, hairs blowing in the breeze. I'm probably closer to the front.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
All right. Bards lead the way. Maybe.
But not right in the front.
All right. Zero the Invincible. What do you look like, and how do you move through the forest?
Okay, so because I'm an outsider and I come from places far, far away, I am in just like khaki pants and shirt like Steve Irwin. But remember the TV series The Hulk? How tight those shirts were? Yeah, it's like 2 sizes too small for me. Like, yeah, I'm running like I've just seen a werewolf for the first time and I'm shitting my pants.
This is where we put our thumb up there, bum. All right.
Oh, they'll make him real mad.
What does Zero the Invincible wield as a weapon?
Well, he
That
did also
barbarian.
have a dagger, but that's gone, and now he just has a massive 2-handed sword that gains forceful and messy tags, whoever that is.
All right. Forceful means that you can knock opponents back. It's so powerful. And messy means when you kill something, it like gore explodes. So
Oh, and my token is a boomerang.
nice. Perfect. All right, Red, what do you look like, and how do you move through the forest?
So Red is fully decked out in some like pretty heavy armor, silver, kind of like worn, all over except for like he doesn't wear anything around his face, and what he is wearing like gauntlets around his hands, but his palms are uncovered, and on his right palm, he has a like gem embedded in the skin. It's red. In his other hand, he has this like rusty, pretty ancient mace.
Okay.
That's seen so many better days. And he's running very quickly because he's very concerned for the state of his teammates.
Okay.
Truly.
Does he keep looking back at them, or is
Not
he?
really.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That leaves us with Pips. You've been picked up by Zero the Invincible and put back on your feet. What do you look like,
Yes.
and how do you move now?
So I'm a halfling, so I'm very short and I'm from the plains, so I'm having trouble navigating these routes because I'm used to just having open grasslands to run through. My hair's just a mess behind me, and I have like a white streak down the middle. Um, I'm wearing leather armor, and my weapon is a shillelagh, which is like a club. It's basically a tree branch I picked up, and I beat things with it.
Excellent. And how are you moving through? Oh, you already said that. How is your stripe? Is that your druid signature thing that never changes no matter what form you're in?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. I wanted to make sure that was that, and you didn't have horns or a tail or something, hooves or whatnot, as druids often do in this existence. Perfect. I kind of figured. All right. So the werewolves. We should have done descriptions first, but again, full moon. The werewolves are upon you. You're fleeing as fast as you can through the night. Tripping and stumbling. The branches are grabbing at your clothes. The image I showed the players was the Darkest Dungeon, Hamlet. And so some of them immediately knew what it was, and hence the Darkest World. So as you're fleeing, and the werewolves are beginning to close in on you, and you notice that a fog is coming up, and it seems to be, you know, coming from the sides, and it looks like the fog's going to try to cut you off. You know, it looks like you're going to get surrounded in this fog. Pips, you notice there's something ain't right about this fog. Would you like to spout lore about it? Maybe tell us a few things about it, gain some information?
Yeah.
So roll plus your intelligence modifier, 2d6.
Okay. That's a 3.
Oh, okay. All right. That means that I get a move. Okay. What?
Was it a 3 with your modifier?
These dice go to jail.
Yeah, and was that with your modifier?
I don't have one because I put a good points in wisdom instead of intelligence.
All right. Okay. So you basically you think, it's just fog. I'll hide in the fog, and you rush into the fog. Would you please roll Defy Danger using your con attribute modifier?
That's 10.
Oh, excellent. You get into the fog, and it burns. It burns, and it is not the right color. It is a green slop. It's wet, and it's like sticking and burning your skin. But you know that through your fortitude, the poisonous effect of the fog can't touch you. You're too in tune with nature. So you dash back out onto the trail. You take roll a d4 -1 damage and minus your armor from it.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. And do you have any armor?
I do. I have 1 armor, so I'll take no damage.
Perfect. It sizzles on your armor, and like I said, you kind of felt it on your face, but your druid animalistic instincts make you leap back onto the trail. As you're rushing forward, who's leading? Who's out front? Is it Zero?
Red.
Oh, it's Red. Red's out front. Okay.
You said you were booking it.
Well, I just stopped to pick up Pip, so I'm assuming I'm not in front.
All right.
Okay.
And I
Lead
just
the
felt
way. This
I'm
is
not
fine.
So Red's out front. Okay, Red, if you
The
would
vengeful
roll,
ones will guide me.
roll with your intelligence
Is
modifier.
this a d20?
Nope, 2d6. Everything is going to be 2d6 unless I tell you otherwise.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah. 5. What's 5 get me?
Bad. That means I get another move. Okay. So Red, you're hoofing it. All of a sudden, a deer leaps from the undergrowth as you see the fog is like trailing up after it, and tendrils of the fog kind of wisp out after the deer but miss it, and the deer sees you and it's startled. You stumble and fall, and you see the deer leap into the fog. As it leaps into the fog, you see it just start to burn and bubble and sizzle, and its antlers become tentacles, and its flesh half burns away from its face, and its body begins to distort and swell, and then it seems to be gone.
Pips, what is this strange creature?
Wait, what?
I said this makes Pips very upset.
Okay. Red, what do you do?
I get back up off of the ground.
Everybody's catching up to Red. Red has fallen. You help him back up. Do you say anything about what just happened?
Pips, what is this strange creature?
I've never seen anything like that.
Guys, we have to go. in.
The wolves are closing in. Ahead, you see an opening, like the trail you're on opens up, and there's some lights in the distance, and the fog swirls in. And now you see that it's actually the fog seems to be reaching out, trying to grasp at you with little wispy tendrils of smoke. You burst from the edge of the clearing. It opens into a clearing, and the werewolves that were behind you are suddenly enveloped in the fog. You hear their snarling and snapping as they begin to change. Is anyone going to try to peer into the fog to see what's happening with the werewolves?
That would be a discern realities, right?
Correct.
I'll give it a shot.
All right. Roll plus whiz.
Dang it. 9.
Nine's good. Let's see. On a
But its skin
9,
is so much better.
you ask one of the questions under discern realities. Does everybody have a play sheet, or do you want me to read them out?
Could you please?
Sure. You can ask one of these questions, and you get to take +1 forward when acting on the answers from these questions. What that means is he gets to add 1 if he uses the advice he's about to learn in a move later on. Okay, what happened here recently? What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? And what here is not what it appears to be?
I want to ask what is useful to me here
What is useful to you here?
as part of our escape.
Okay. The fog appears to be useful to you because nothing's going to step in or out of said fog. There seems to be some kind of barrier at where the fog is at. There's some kind of magical like a ward. You're the fighter, right?
Yes.
You don't know why, but you can feel that there's something, a force there that's keeping the fog and the werewolves back.
Go!
All right.
Yells.
As you turn into the clearing, you hear a music. There's a music coming from over the hill, and it's
Oh no.
and as you crest the hill, below there is the largest tent you've ever seen. Pips, your entire village would be covered by this tent. It has 2 massive peaks that are probably 60 or more feet in the air. And it seems to be 2 huge domes and an outer ring. And you see colorful wagons around it. And then you see a bunch of like village peasant carts and whatnot down by the tent. What do you do? Oh, by the way, there's no like necessary turn order or initiative in Dungeon World. So just try to build on whoever talks last and try to be cognizant of other people playing. Like, you feel free to ask other players, hey, Pips, what are you doing? And if I see that you haven't acted, I'll try to jump in and say something. So again, what do you do?
Where's the fog like in relation to this tent and everything?
As you crested the hill, you see that the fog rings this valley where this tent is set up, and it can't seem to flow over whatever the ward that Rigard found is. So something here is keeping the fog back.
That's lucky.
Should
Do
we go in?
think the tent is safe?
Well, we got fog and werewolves or a 10.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna start shoving someone towards the ward.
Stop, Rigard.
Go!
Very
Tor-
bossy.
Towards the ward, like back out into the fog.
No.
Oh no, we're in
Towards
the
the
ward right
tent.
now. Towards
Yeah,
the tent.
okay. All right. So Rigard's shoving Pips and Red supposedly towards the tent.
Listen, it'll be safer in there than dealing with those werewolves and whatever the hell that fog is.
I don't like this.
It's all right. Performers are always kind to other performers. We'll be fine.
What's a performer?
I am a performer.
I don't trust it.
All right. As
We'll
you,
be
as, you,
fine.
as you wander into the valley, you come upon the peasant carts, and I'm gonna say, Red, you probably noticed that this is probably an entire village worth of wagons and carts that are out here, and they're all pretty much empty. Then ahead of you, you see the tent, you hear the music, and you see a tall, lanky gentleman with an even taller hat that is the same colors as the tent, red and yellow stripes. And so his top hat has these red and yellow stripes, and he's waving to you.
Do
What do you
y'all
do?
do all of you see that? Is that a normal occurrence?
Do we all see it?
Yes, yep. You all see this lanky gentleman waving you forward.
Guys, he's trying to help. Let's go. I'm going to go forward.
All right. Do the rest of you continue on?
I will follow after
Yep.
Black.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow Black as well. We've been
All
in
right.
battle before. I trust her.
Okay. As you approach, this lanky gentleman says, "Well, hello. I am Mortimer Melf, and this is my magnificent menagerie of miracles and merrymaking. You are welcome to come in. You are lucky this evening is a free show brought to you by the Temple of the Three." And he gestures you in.
Did you see the fog? There's werewolves, so we got to be careful.
Werewolves? Well, lucky for you that I have a magic ward around the place.
That's so kind. Guys, shall we?
And he bows you in. You enter.
Continue.
All right.
That
Everyone
was a
follow?
lot of- Yep, that was a lot of M words in a row. Still trying to wrap my head around that.
Okay.
Would I know about the Temple of the Three?
You know what? That sounds like you would like to spout lore. So roll.
I'm a big fan of spouting lore.
Roll. I know, that's why it's so perfect. Roll plus your int.
Okay. Well, my int is 0, but this is a 9.
Oh, nice. Okay, 9. On a 7 to 9, the GM will only tell you something interesting. Okay, so on a 10, I would have to tell you something interesting and useful about the subject of the Temple of the Three. On a 7 to 9, the GM will only tell you something interesting. It's up to you to make it useful. And then I can ask you, how do you know this? Okay. So I will tell you something interesting. You know that the Temple of the Three is non-denominational. They're like Zen monks. They're an enlightened group of people whose good works spread through 3 different divisions within the religion. And yeah, so I guess that's what you know.
I
about
hate
the
them.
Temple of the Three. Okay. Red hates the Temple of the Three. Okay. So do you enter the tent? Try to hold on here.
Yes.
Try to turn that off. Okay. As you enter, you see there's like curtains basically that kind of wave you towards the left. And as you go through these silken curtains, before you see tents set up inside this tent, and then there's more curtain walls to the north. But there seems to be 2 tents before you. One is a purple tent with stars and moons on it, and the other seems to be more of a for more of a brick shaped tent, more like an army tent, but it seems to have like a bar and stools, and there seems to be a couple of people inside.
Can I
What
ask,
do you?
do I hear any animals or smell animals?
How amazing that you would ask that. That sounds like you would like to discern some reality. So please roll 2d6 plus your wisdom.
It's gonna be an 8.
Okay. By the way, who failed a roll already? RJ, you failed one, right? Yeah, under
No.
6? Who?
The
Somebody.
person, someone rolled a 3. I think that was Pips.
Yeah,
Okay.
I rolled
I can't remember if
earlier.
I did or not. No, I got a
Um,
5.
5 is still under 6. That's a failure. Mark yourself 1 XP. When you get to 7 XP, you get a level. So failing in this game is pushes you forward.
Oh, you learn from your mistakes.
You learn from your mistakes. Okay. And what did you get on your discern realities?
An 8.
An 8. Okay. You may ask me one of these questions. You just wanted to hear if there was animals, right? That was the question at hand. Okay. Yeah, you swear you heard a griffin beyond the tent wall before you.
Would griffins come from the plains?
Um Probably not. It's a little too far from their mountainous homes.
Yeah.
So you would think it's a giant eagle that you're hearing. And you would have to go further left or left to go around the curtain wall to where you think the animal noises are coming from. But again, before you is some kind of bar or tavern vendor, and then a purple tent with moons and stars. What does the party do?
So we're out of danger.
For now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna follow people because I
Okay.
have no idea what's happening.
At noticing you, a vendor from where the bar is starts to shout out to you, and he's spiced wine, mulled spiced wine,
Ooh, wine.
and
I'm gonna go that way.
he's waving you all forward, and he says, we have these and he calls them what would he call them, dragon wings, and he pulls up this huge, it's like a huge pastry that's covered in cinnamon and sugar maybe, but it's huge, it's gigantic. And he says, wine and a dragon wing for a mere coin.
Does anybody else want one? That's a lot of sugar for me.
No, thank you.
Wait, y'all have money?
Yeah, you have money.
Duh.
I have no money.
We got paid for the last job.
You have that jewel in your hand.
I can't get rid of that.
I could try and help.
You'll die.
I'll get a round of wine for everyone. Thank you.
All right. Just as you're like discussing how you didn't get paid for the werewolf job because, well, they were all werewolves, and and such, Mortimer appears amongst you, just sort of like behind one of you, and he's like, oh, it's all on the, you know, the church this evening. It's all on them, so, or the temple this evening. So hand it over. And you see the vendor guy like scowling, like, you son of a, but he starts putting up mulled wine, and he's only leaving one dragon wing up there. So do you guys partake of said wine and dragon wing?
Oh yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No, thank you.
All right. There's 2 extra glasses of wine sitting there now.
That's okay. I'll take
All right.
it.
I mean, 2, 3. I didn't take any.
Oh, okay. Rigard?
I don't trust this
Yeah, I'll
stuff.
take some.
All right. So there is 3 extra mugs of mulled spiced wine with cinnamon stick and orange slice.
Absolutely. Is it delicious?
Oh, it's amazing. It's warm and
Ooh.
the flavors all mixed together wonderfully. And so, are you and Rigger going to drink them all?
I'll drink too. I don't want to go too hard, you know.
All
It's
right.
early.
Riggard?
Yeah, he's just gonna tip the bottom of his helmet up slightly and
All right.
I'm just gonna keep an eye on them, specifically in case Black drops dead.
Okay. All right. All right. And then Mortimer seems to have gone through one of the curtains and just sort of vanished on you again. And you were left to your own devices. The scowling vendor is looking at you like, "Are you going to take more of my stuff free?" And beyond that, like I said, Pips, you heard what you think is a giant eagle, and then there's this purple tent before you.
I'm gonna talk to the vendor
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, so who's your headliner?
A headliner? You
Yeah,
mean,
like
the big show, the big
yeah,
show. Ah, yes. That would be Ogo the Brute.
Ogo. Have
He's
I heard of Ogo?
You can discern realities. Roll with your wisdom. Your best stat, I assume.
6.
6. Oh, okay. All right. Not only have you not heard of Ogo, but now you're jealous of Ogo. You have found yourself disliking him, and you will take a -1 forward with any interaction with Ogo, the brute.
Oh man. Okay.
What do you do?
What do you guys want to do now?
Rigard has like standing right by. How do you pronounce your name? Black.
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 Yeah, black,
Okay.
pink.
What does someone normally do in a place like this?
Watch a show.
I don't know.
I mean, you guys have never been to the circus before?
What's a circus?
Well, yeah, I have.
Obviously. Well, you can eat food like we've been offered, drink, and then watch a show. Usually they have like animals and performers and people who do like cool stuff.
So
Okay.
me.
Honest
All right. As you move onward, when you approach past the purple tent, do any of you glance inside?
Looks
Sure.
fancy.
Okay. I would like you to defy danger using your charisma, please.
Your best
great.
stat, I assume.
It's definitely my best stat. This is a 3.
Oh, a failure. Don't forget to mark your experience. Okay. You guys suddenly Red just turns and he's like, "We have to go in there." And he just starts walking into the tent.
Okay, that's my conquering buddy. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
You enter the tent, and suddenly the tent seems bigger on the inside than it did on the outside. And there's like, skulls and candles, and normally when I run this I can show pictures, so I would show you the inside of a gypsy tent basically. And there's incense, and it smells really nice in here, and there's a table and a crystal ball, and as you enter you hear a voice from the back say, sit down, I'll be right with you." And out walks an individual. Rickard, what does this individual look like?
Classic, like Madame Zultra, fine, what's silken sort of gypsy clothing with the classic veil, tan skin, black hair. She has like these blank eyes, kind of like she's blind.
Okay. Hey, Blackpink, what does the fortune teller look like when they step out from behind the curtain? I said they on purpose because you can engender them any way you want.
Oh, didn't he just describe
He
her?
he did just describe her, but that might not be what you're seeing.
Oh, totally hottie, like 10. Like brown curly hair. She's got a purple bandana on, danglies, like gold jewelry, belly dancer type outfit, kind of like what I'm wearing, but it's not quite as good as mine, but
All right. Zero the Invincible. What does the fortune teller look like when they step out from behind the curtain?
Gimli.
Gimli? Nice. Perfect. I love you, Zero. Okay. Red?
So they're dressed in like a simple like beige white tunic. They've got like shoulder length hair, uh, a thin-ish beard,
Okay.
but a very simple clothing as they walk over to the table. I assume there's a like table there.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Pips? What does the fortune teller look like when they step out from behind the curtain?
Like so old that you can't believe they're still alive. Handkerchief on her head and just draped in shawl and shawl and shawl and just tons of shawls and rags and just layers of fabric.
All right. And as you take your seats around the table, to each one of you in that amazing voice of the person you described, they say, "I'm so glad that you all could come. How about I read your palms?" And she reaches out to you first, Red, and you notice that from the whatever is happening, you put out your palm with your gem in it. If you would please roll me a d4.
Oof. 4.
All right. And now roll a d6.
3.
A 3. All right. Okay. She looks at your palm. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. She says, "That's most interesting. I, you must be quite the important individual from, sorry, in your case, with the beard. And he has both hands underneath your hand. And he says, it's really hard to get a reading from this because the gem, but it's amazing. And they end up asking you a question about your religion. Do you answer them?
Yes.
Okay.
What did
All
they
right.
ask?
Oh, basically a tenant of faith. Anything you would tell anyone on the street. It's nothing important.
Oh yeah,
Nothing.
do unto others after they do to you.
Perfect. Oh, that's fascinating. And they roll your hand in theirs, and they put your hand back, and then they reach out towards you, Rigard. Um, the you said looks like a fortune teller with the veil
Like
and
the
whatnot.
classic gypsy fortune teller.
Okay. Would you please roll me a d4?
Oh boy. That's a 1.
Okay. All right. Now roll me a d6.
That's cocked. That's a 2.
All right. All right. She takes your hand and looks at it and goes, "Oh, this here." And she very gently runs her finger down your palm and says, "This is your lifeline. You are a very strong, powerful individual. You're a warrior, I assume."
Said.
I think that this means you're going to have a long life. Roll a d6.
I'm instantly disappointed after hearing I will have a long life. 2.
Okay. You get 4 extra temporary hit points on top of your normal hit points for having a lifeline. So bountiful, and not that bountiful in your case, but the dice did speak. Black Pink, she like crawls her fingers across the table to your hand and pulls it forward. Please roll a d4.
On a D4. You know, I probably should have had this ready because I've been listening, but you know me. I got a 1, 2.
All right.
Also.
Please roll a d6.
5.
5. All right. Okay. Uh, she she like again dances her fingers across your hand and says, "This is your headline. This is how intelligent and amazing you are. Your knowledge is beyond reproach. You get to take +2 forward on any one roll in the game.
Oh shit! Just one?
Just one, but
Okay.
any roll. They can be for anything.
Sweet.
All right. 0 and Pips. That's who we have left.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go in a circle, so I confused myself. All right. 0. Gimli reaches out and grabs your hand and pulls it across the table, narrowly Donald Trump style, and looks at your hand, and he goes and spits in your palm. Please roll a d4.
1,
Oh, nice. Please roll a d6.
2.
2. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say that we're not gonna do the same thing for anyone because we have plenty of rolls. So he says he then takes his pudgy dwarf finger and smears it around in the looginess that he did deposit in your palm, and says, "Your fate's good. You're gonna go places and do things. You're gonna be amazing." And for that, you may replace any one roll that you roll in the rest of the game. You may just go, "I want to roll again." Nope, that didn't happen. So because of your fate line upon your Steve Irwin palm, you get to replace. And Pips, you saw the old woman, and she can barely reach across the table, and her hand quakes and shakes as she takes your palm, and then she has to lean way forward to look at your hand, kind of crunching up on the table. Please roll me a d4.
1,
Oh, nice. Okay, and a d6, please.
2.
The 2. Had that one. Oh, nice. Okay. Because we've had that one, I'm going to jump to this other one we have not had. Okay. She says, and she quakingly, she draws like a little heart in your hand. And she says, "This is your heart line. You have a big heart. You are generous and kind to all things. You will be taken care of." And because of that, you may take a +2 forward on any social roll during the session. If we were playing this as a campaign, that would be any social roll ever. You would get once, you could use that. Same with someone else had one like that too, right? That roll would have been for the entire campaign.
Yeah, me.
Okay. So at any time when you're dealing with someone socially, you can just add +2 if you want. All right. He, the individual before each one of your eyes, then says to you, "I have something special, something I save for amazing people like you. For a mere coin, I will allow you to draw from a magical deck of cards I have.
Coin goes on the table.
Bam! Blackpink slaps down a coin.
Do we have coins?
Oh no. Well, it's in your inventory if you
Yeah.
had decided to pick it up.
It would be one of your choices on your equipment. Stuff.
Choice of adventuring gear or chainmail.
Okay, you're the barbarian. Yeah, that makes sense. All right,
I have poultices and herbs, but no coins.
All right.
Black.
Okay.
I had three coins.
And one. All she's asking is one coin.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so just one coin for everyone total.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Because I'm so nice.
Blackpink, because you laid down the coin, would you like to go first?
Yes.
Because we're not actually at a table and I can't spread these out, please roll a d20.
Do you want me to come over there and just grab it?
Yeah, you know.
All right.
We'll
I
wait.
can do it too. It'll just take a while.
It's
4.
6 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you draw your card, you realize that I can't remember this one. Dang it. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
You realize that you got the dark mark.
You realize you got the bountiful unicorn.
Yes. I have it right
Alright.
here.
Oh, isn't
I
that the one that
love-
turns into like a neck pillow?
No.
No,
No.
You're making it
Okay.
worse.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was a present.
Okay. You uncover the Medusa.
Oh boy.
The card's Medusa-like visage curses you. You take a -2 penalty going forward in your next combat.
On what?
When you do either a volley or
Okay.
a hack and slash, you'll be at -2 on the dice
Okay.
Until the combat's over, and then you can-
until. Yep.
quick slap me.
Yeah, exactly. Let us fight. Go ahead, Red. Roll a d20.
Buh.
Sorry.
18.
All right.
Suddenly Medusa again.
I'm so sorry.
All right. All right. Ooh, nice. Okay. Let me see. I lost my entire page of notes on the game, so I'm converting as we go from the D&D stats on some of these, so it may take me a moment. But you have drawn. I better look at the camera. You have drawn the Vizier. Oops, a lot of glare. And what the Vizier does. Oh, you may automatically pass a discern reality or a spout lore as if you rolled a 10 once this session.
Lore?
All right. Let's go ahead with Rigard.
I'm so sorry. 17.
All right. I just shuffled them back together too.
It's a finger workout. D&D and Beyond, guys.
Andy, we're not exactly the
Never
right.
been easy.
Dungeon World Beyond.
Beyond. Get on it, people. All right.
Roll
Adam
20.
Colvin, it's your next project. All right. You unfortunately have drawn the Void.
Goodbye, everybody.
Avoid the noid.
All right.
Spout gore.
Maybe it's a good
Okay.
void.
All right. So what happens is you feel like your very essence burst from your chest, and your very soul is drawn from you, and plink plink plink, this little piece of black coal lands on the table. What it is it's your soul. It is like a phylactery now. And if someone possesses it, they have power over you. The good part is if you die, you can re-roll. You can re-roll your I forget what the roll's called. You're basically your death save. You can re-roll it because your soul's not in your body. It's in this gem. So guard it well.
I make a grab
Yes.
for it.
I can hold on to that if you want.
No.
Because
Your soul.
I did need to protect you from yourself. Clearly.
All right, Pips, please give us a d20 roll.
This might be loud. It's metal.
Ah!
3.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. I don't know this one off the top of my head, so I can't even start. Of course, there they are. All right. You have drawn the flames.
Yes.
All right. You feel a tugging at your soul again, and you get a flash. This visage, this horrible demonic visage flashes before your eyes, and you realize that now a powerful devil or demon is your enemy. Just note it somewhere. It will come up in the game. Buh. All right.
My bad.
And that leaves 0, right?
Yeah.
Hit it. All right. Top card.
Nicest person ever.
Nice. Okay. You have drawn the fates. And
That sounds cool.
Sounds like a not fiery death, so.
yes. Okay. So the fabric of reality is yours to manipulate, to restitch that which you which has occurred. You can right now have your dagger back, or later on you may change a die roll, re-roll. Basically, you get to re-roll again.
So I can have 2 rerolls.
You do. You have 2 re-rolls. Damn.
Okay.
Like you had 7 crits.
Nug nug.
Nug nug. And with that, the individual, which is seen differently in each of your eyes, is she's like, "Oh, you all did so well," and in different voices, including Gimli. And she says, "If you would like to visit me once again upon your exit from the show, I would love to see all of you again." And he looks at you, Red, and you swear their eyes. What color's your gem?
My gem is like dark red, so like maroon.
Okay. And you swear that their eyes flash the maroon color of the gem in your hand.
Is that normal?
And you say that
I'm not sure what's going on here.
you feel some kind of connection with this being, and they then sort of wave you to the door.
Bye. Have a good night.
I will.
I just a smile upon you.
Okay. You leave the purple tent with the moons and stars, and the pathway of curtains leads you around the corner. And as you round the corner, you hear several. It all sounds like bird noises to you, Pip, but large, very large birds. And as you come around the corner, there's a huge cage Oh, we're at 10 o'clock. Does anyone want to take a quick break? Do a 5 minute real quick
Yeah,
so I
you
can
could.
go tuck
Sure.
in the house elves
Yeah.
because they're like half an hour past bedtime.
Ah!
Ah,
All right, I'm gonna go tuck them in. Thank you
Okay.
everyone for coming. We'll be back in like 5, and we will see what the large birds are.
Stay
See you
tuned,
then.
guys.
bye.
Bye.
Hell.
So there I was, barbecue sauce on my titties.
And what did Endor do after that?
Continue.
Oh,
So we're back, guys. We're back.
Oh, that crazy PAX. You guys should all go sometime. All right. As you come around the corner, there's a wagon, and it's a massive wagon. It's huge. It's like 4 times the size of any wagon you've ever seen. And it's got massive iron bars running down it. But then it also has like a weird mesh screen to it. And as you're like get up close so you can kind of see through the mesh, a huge stinger tries to poke through and get you right in the eye. And you you realize, and Bard, don't you have a lore knowledge or
I do have bardic lore. My bardic lore about legends and heroes past.
All right. So, and what exactly, is there any mechanics that go with it?
When you first encounter an important creature or location or item, your call, covered by your bardic lore, you can ask the GM any one question about it. The GM will answer truthfully. So, do I know any legends?
You do. This creature before you has massive black wings and scaly skin. It has a stinger tail, and it is known as the Wyvern. And it is a creature of much evil, basically. And here is one caged before you.
Be careful, guys. That's a wyvern. They're like super evil. And I'm gonna like hold Pip next to me. Pip's I just like close, like a mom.
no,
Like
just brandishing the baton at it.
And you know that its tail is poison. So if that had struck home.
Its tail is super poisonous, guys. So like be super careful.
Just like
then,
mom arm them away from the cage.
And it slams its face into the bars, and the whole wagon rocks. And
I want to fight it.
I too want to fight it.
You both notice that there doesn't seem to be a door to this thing.
I can make one. Gosh.
Me too.
Just saying. You don't see any lock, no door mechanism, nothing. And as you are standing there before it, you hear to the north, or to your, I guess it would be your right at this point. We'll say north. To the north, you hear this this singing, this song. These I can't quite make out the words, but you can see a wagon a little further on, beyond some. These are not curtains; they're like gossamer veils, and so beyond that must be the next attraction.
Let's move on, guys. I don't like this thing.
Let's go see this really amazing singer, which I just heard.
All right.
She's all right.
Pretty amazing.
You pass through.
I've never heard anything as good as this.
What is the attacking mechanisms in this? How do I punch someone?
What you do is you just tell me what you want to do, and then I'll tell you what to roll.
No, I'm not going to do that.
All right.
Just kidding,
it's
Black.
not Tuesday night. It's not Tuesday night.
Right. It is Tuesday night, but it's
It
not
is
Tuesday.
actually.
It's not the Tuesday night.
Wednesday afternoon.
As you pass through the Gossamer Vales, you see a red wagon that's maybe half the size of the Wyvern wagon, and there's two like trapeze swings hanging from it, and upon each swing is a half bird, half woman, and they seem to be singing in a language you don't understand. But they basically have, instead of arms, they have wings, and instead of bottom legs and whatnot, they have like bird legs, and then they have bare torsos. So if anyone's embarrassed about that kind of thing, shy your eyes away. But before you is you know, two new creatures that some bard might know something about.
Well, they are singing. Do they have bird heads?
No, they have
Oh.
women heads.
Okay. Do they seem to be in the middle of an act, or are they like rehearsing?
They seem to be caged here,
Oh.
and so far you haven't seen any other people, which
Okay.
is strange.
That's fine. It's like, time before the show. I'm actually going to attempt to speak with one of them.
Okay.
I mean, I can do the bardic lore thing too.
Okay. You tell me what you would like to do first.
Let's do the bardic lore.
Okay.
I would like to know I would like to know what these creatures are.
They are, from a story that you've read, they are harpies, and their song can dazzle and confuse an individual long enough for them to snatch you up and take you to their nest, which is one of their favorite things to do. And as you approach, you can hear them. Now they begin speaking in a language you can hear, and they're talking to one another, and they're like, "Look at that one's hair! She's so silly." And then the other one says, "The little one, I would like to devour her. Look, she has a stripe."
I'm gonna walk up to one of them, and I'm going to use my charming and open tact, which is when you speak friendly with someone, you can ask their player a question from the list below. So does that mean that it has to be a player, or can it be you?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna walk up. Hi guys. We're new here. We were running from some werewolves, and then we decided to take refuge and shelter in here. But I mean, I love your feathers. So cool. And I'm just wondering, what are you really like feeling right now? Like, I know you're a harpy and you like to eat things, but is it cool if we're here? I mean, I know this is kind of a show.
She, what are you feeling? She says, she looks at the other, and they look back at you together, and they're like, "I feel enslaved. We do show after show," and she doesn't have hands, but her wings are like she's talking with hands. "And we do show after show, and they feed us such slop. If only we could be free."
That sounds awful. Like, do they even pay you?
Pay in slop.
Oh my god, you are in the wrong business. Is there something, can I talk to your manager or something like that?
If that brute? No, get his key, and then we'll talk.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Guys, we're gonna free these bitches. No offense.
And the other one's like, "None taken."
Where is this manager dude? Ugo, whatever.
They titter to each other, and they're like, he would be more kind." Wait, the giant's name was Ugo, right? Again, I lost my
brute.
notes. The brute. Ugo the brute.
The performer.
Yeah, it was. They're like, "No." What? I'll give him a name right now. If I had a pen. How do I not have a pen?
If I only had a pen.
I got a whole cup of pens. Beyond the pale.
Yeah, take mine.
Take the pen.
I have a straw.
And my straw.
And my straw.
That is the last straw.
It kind of actually is.
Good. It's Ugo the giant. Again, like I said, my notes all disappeared. I've got everybody's stat blocks, but none of my actual notes.
Mm-hmm.
And then He's Kiartan. Spell it however you want.
Kiartan.
Kiartan.
I'm gonna mispronounce it.
That's fine.
That's what I do.
But they do it almost like a parrot would, like
Yeah.
a mimicry thing. Yeah, Kiartan. They say it like he's said it, obviously. But yeah, and they're basically like, oh, that would be fantastic if you would get his key and let us out. Now again, the rest of you looking at this cage, there's no door. There's no key, no lock, no nothing. And beyond this, Pips, you hear the eagle you heard, and you see a yellow cage that's through the next set of gossamer curtains.
There's an eagle over there. Maybe I can try to talk to it.
Can you
Okay.
do that?
I can try.
You always amaze me, Pips. Lead the way.
So you walk into the very next gossamer curtain, and the golden wagon. There's a creature that you've never seen before, Pips. It's part lion, part eagle. It's very strange. It has, a lion's hindquarters and a tail, but like an eagle's front talons, and an eagle's beak and eagle's wings. And when you enter, it turns to you and looks sorrowfully into your eyes, and makes a almost a pained noise.
I'll assume that I have spoken to lions before and I've talked to eagles before, so I try to communicate with it with those sounds.
Okay. And it says, friend of the forest, what brings you here, and can you save me?
We were running from evil beasts outside, and we found this tent for shelter and safety. But we can certainly try. And then I'll relay to the party what they said.
Okay. It does a bow, like its front half does a bow to you, and says, the beast master here, he's most unkind. If you could free me and the satyr in the next chamber, we would be willing to help you escape this dreadful fog.
You should be running wild or flying free. We will definitely help you.
I agree wholeheartedly. And once again, it does this like regal bow, and says, the key upon the Beastmaster's neck. I can tell you the movements that you need to do to use it, if you can retrieve it from him.
Okay.
And as you guys start walking towards the next gossip, unless you wanted to do something else with the griffin.
Has Pips actively said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I relayed that back.
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna pull out my weapon, just start slowly spinning it, looking at the cage, and then just try and break it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a hack and slash.
I'm gonna use my move, bend bars, lift gates.
Nice.
When I use pure strength to destroy an inanimate obstacle, I'll roll plus strength. On a 10 plus, I get to choose 3 moves.
Go ahead.
On a 7-9, I choose 2. Hey, that is an 8.
Okay. And what 2 things do you choose?
The 2 things I choose is it doesn't take a very long time to break, and it doesn't make an inordinate amount of noise.
Right. And your weapon is not necessarily magical, but it is like a special weapon, right? The blackjack.
Yeah, it's like a bloodborne trick weapon.
Ah, okay. So as you slam it into these bars, it normally would just, you'd think, bend these bars like nothing. but instead the griffin, you see where nothing was before, what looks like an iron collar appears around its neck, and it shrieks. I can't do a shriek. And shrieks in pain and falls to the floor.
That was rude.
Oops.
What did you do?
Gosh, regard. Can't take you
hit the
anywhere
bars.
now.
I hit the bars like I normally do.
Did he kill it?
No,
Oh,
no.
good.
It just as soon as he's pulled the club away from the bars, it gasps and it says to Pips, please, I beg of you, don't touch the bars, not without the key, please.
I'll
And here
relay
comes the
that as
giant
quickly
fist.
as possible. Don't
Okay.
hit him again.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll just slide my.
I would like to pray for a bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I want to use the move Divine Guidance.
All right.
Oh, thank you so much, LB. Vengeful ones. Though in this new form, I still strive to be your weapon. There are many here who require your vengeance. Help me. And can I be granted some useful knowledge or boon related to this domain, which is Bloody Conquest?
This is some kind of seriously powerful mojo. This is this was wrought in magic fire. These iron bars and these collars, they are of a conqueror, not your conqueror. So some kind of conquering entity forged these cages and these collars.
I don't like what's going on here.
I don't either.
Well, maybe we should get like ready to fight.
That was very funny.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Zero. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. All right. As you guys are about to enter the next gossamer curtain, it opens as you part through it. To your right, you see a brown cage that's rather small compared to the rest of them, and it's not on a wagon. It's just sitting on the ground. But again, no door, no lock, nothing. And in it is a satyr. There's a satyr there, but he's got the the Loki-esque mask, or the Hannibal Lecter kind of mask on his face. And when he sees you, Pips, he runs to the bars, but then he grabs the bars, and you see the collar appear on his neck that wasn't there before, and he just drops to the floor.
Oh no.
And then he just looks up, and his eyes kind of roll in his head, and then he stands up, and he's like, and he can't say anything, but you could see in his eyes he's like pleading with you.
I tell him, don't worry, we're gonna help you.
And as you're all looking at him, and he's nodding, and you notice that he's got a couple of little instruments in the cage with him, like a little lyra, a little harp, and like a ukulele, and such. And so he picks it up, and he kind of starts to play a little music. And Blackpink, I would like you to discern reality.
Okay.
So roll plus your whiz.
God, if I'd known. That's a 2.
Mark the experience. Okay, so that's Failure.
Let's try the other
Okay. So what move do I want? So you you notice he's playing this tune, and as he is, suddenly from like the thicker curtain, the wall curtains, the curtain flies back open, and you see this almost ogre-sized individual with a like a bearskin sleeveless vest on, and he's got like goat skin breeches, and on his very hirsute chest sits about a 10-inch key upon an iron chain around his neck. And as he opens the flap, throws the tent flap open behind him, you see what must be Uggo the giant in an area behind the tent wall. And as he flaps it open, he's like, "You quit trying to play the escape music. I know what you're doing. You're trying to make them take you." And he looks at all of you and he's like, "Move. The show is starting. Go."
Do we see where there's a place to sit?
Yeah, you see that there's the main. You're hearing music,
Oh,
and
okay.
and you see the curtains are drawn back, and it obviously opens up into the other section of this huge tent.
Okay. I'm gonna, nudge the guys so that, like, I mean, his key is probably pretty obvious, but
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do a nudge, wink, wink to the other guys about it. So
But I don't want to see the show. I want to set them free.
We have to play the game, Pips. Come on.
Were we not just attacking?
Are we not just attacking?
This is one of those moments in the adventure where you have to decide: do we continue on?
Are we gonna go watch a show,
Well,
or are we just gonna?
I think that he can probably like use them against us in some way, unless we get the key. So,
Yeah.
if I have to seduce him, I will.
You couldn't.
No, I'll seduce him.
You're way better at it than I am.
What do you do?
You are also cruel to animals like him, so yeah, you have that in common.
Now you guys are like to each other, kind of whispering back and forth, while this guy is obviously like, "The show is starting. Move,"
Okay, we'll go inside, and I'm bad at acting, so I just
as you guys seem to be headed towards that, you see he picks up these buckets, and he starts to walk along, and he gets close to the fawn or the satyr's cage, and he just kind of like glops what looks like oatmeal maybe out onto the floor into it, and then he just takes the rest of the buckets, and the rest of the buckets you see like hunks of meat and other viscera gore, and he starts heading towards the other cages.
So we didn't attack him. Why?
I mean, we can do whatever you guys want. Like, it's fine.
I don't think it's past that moment.
Oh. Sorry.
All right, the music swells in the big top, and you hear Mortimer once again, and you hear applause. You hear children laughing, and you hear people, and you hear music. And as you enter, this is the size of a palace inside. These keeps and long halls you've been in and that are smaller than this place. It's amazing. And there's benches 3/4 of the way around, and there's an entire village of people sitting here, and they don't even nearly fill a third of the seats, but they're all there, and they're all like applauding as Mortimer is like bowing and waving, and he says, For your viewing pleasure, I bring from the north, Ago the giant. And the ground shakes as you hear these feet steps come, and the curtain swings aside, but like 12 feet in the air, it swings aside, and Ugo comes forward, and you see this. It looks like a pyramid or a ziggurat with a ring on top of it, and it has some ridiculously large number that none of you are learned that I know of. Maybe Red. Red, you might know it's like 10,000 or something. It's a huge, ridiculous number that shouldn't even exist. There's no one has ever counted to that high. And he, Ugo steps forward and he's, oh, I'm the strongest in the world. And he grabs the ring and he lifts it up and he drops it and the ground shakes. And he says, I want to see any one of you do that.
Oh, I'm up. I'm up.
All right.
I have trees in my home world that can kill me. I'll fucking lift this.
All right. All right. So you call out to him that, I accept your challenge, or what do you say? I'm up.
Yep.
Okay.
Is
Techno,
this
please.
combat? Is this considered
And-
combat?
If you have some kind of prayer or bonus you can give him,
I want to.
allow
I
it.
want to bless him.
Okay, that's fine. That's viable.
So I'm
Okay,
gonna
what is
hold
your-
out my gem hand and give you the blessing of the vengeful ones, and so you're gonna take +1 to
Ooh.
everything.
All right. So you step forward and basically you're gonna defy danger using strength. So
Hold on. I think that's a move for me to cast a spell.
oh, that's fine. Oh, you have to roll. It's a
Yeah.
spell. Yeah. So
5.
failure, mark experience. And what
You are
happens
not blessed.
when you fail on the spell? Something bad happens. You might forget your spell, or you should have a list right there or a thing when you fail cleric spells. Can you see what I'm talking about? I can pop up.
I'm not seeing it.
Okay. Cleric. It's on page 3, I think. Yeah, your spells. And I need to embiggen that because I'm old. And I can't
I'm
see.
seeing stuff for 7 and 9, but I'm not seeing anything for if I fail.
Okay. Then that means if it's not in there. Wizards, I think, can lose their spell and stuff. So clerics must just be a fail. Okay. We're going to.
So would this be, because of my Herculean appetites of mortal pleasures and fame and glory, would this classify as fame and glory?
Indeed, you are taking on Ugo the Giant in a weightlifting contest. So this will be sung by maybe some bards someday.
Good ones.
Good one.
Fine, I'll turn to Black and be like, get ready to write a new song.
All right. You step before the weight and
my khaki shirt and khaki shorts.
Yep.
Okay, so I roll a 1d6 and a 1d8.
Oh.
And if the d6 is higher than the d8, the GM will also introduce a complication or danger.
Okay.
So d6 is a 6. Come on,
Okay.
d8. The d8 is a 2.
All right.
So there's 8. Then there's. Wait, can I use one of my rerolls?
Yes, you can.
Do I reroll both or just one?
It's your reroll. I'll let you decide.
Just gonna reroll.
Okay.
1. Okay, that is a 7 on the 8.
Okay.
+1 for strength. So that's 14.
14. That's beyond 10. So you get in there and you begin to lift on the 10,000, like that's a number, and you begin to lift and you're like, oh my god, I'm going to be crushed by this thing. I think I'm gonna die. And then suddenly fate reweaves itself around you, and you feel your muscles grow, and you strengthen, and you flex, and raise the 10,000 pounds above your head. And the crowd loses their minds. They cheer. The band out back behind a gossamer curtain is, strikes up a like a jungle kind of beat kind of thing to your feat of daring do. How do you dismount or set the thing down? Do you have something, because you'd rolled a 14? Do you want to do something spectacular?
I'm trying to work out how I could spectacularly lower a 10,000-pound ball.
I mean,
But
See, if it was lighter, I'd just spin it on a finger like a basketball, but that seems a bit no.
May I
I guess
suggest
I'll
the
just-
word yeet?
yeah, it's Dungeon World, man. You tell me. You tell us. We're watching.
I guess I'll throw it across the hole as far as possible.
All right. So you heave it across the tent, and the crowd goes like they're going to be crushed by this 10,000 pound weight, and it lands on the ground and it shakes, and Ugo leans down to you and gets really close to you, and he goes, "Hey, mate, don't show me up. This is my job. If you lift it, that's good, but save something for the crowd." And then he raises your hand and he's like, "He's best. He's strong as Ugo." And stronger. Strong. You shout out "stronger," and the crowd extra flips out on it. Little kids like come running out from the bleachers, and they're like, "What's your name? You're our hero."
I'm Zero, your hero.
That's so cool. Yay. And they're all a Twitter around you, and Mortimer comes sweeping out, and we're gonna cut a couple of acts because we're gonna run out of time. So he comes out and he's like, "Oh, give a hand to Zero the Invincible, and the new strongest man in the world." And the crowd, of course, and he shoos the little kids along, and Ugo walks back into the tent flaps behind, and he says, "And now, for your viewing pleasure, our beastmaster Kjartan shall come forth with his trained harpies." And the harpies come whipping in from the tent door, from the cages they were by, and they come winging up around the thing, and people are like, "Whoa." Okay, that's creepy and weird. And you notice that they didn't have shirts on before, but now they have little gossamer things that you can kind of still see through, but because there's children, somebody thought better of it. And so the harpies begin doing these really crazy maneuvers, like you're thinking there's no way they can fly like that. And someone give me a discern realities. Actually, if you want, all of you can give me a discern realities.
Which one's that again?
It's 2d6 plus your int.
Oh,
Okay, so it's not the wisdom one. Yes.
5.
Oh,
Okay. And
11.
that's a-
8.
all right, so we had 3 successes and 2 failures. Failures mark your XP. And we had a 8 and a
11.
This is 11. Excellent. Zero, you notice that he's the Kjartan the Brute is holding the key, and you can even see their collars kind of shimmer once in a while when the light hits them just right. And you know that he seems to be subtly changing the direction of the key and stuff. as they're flying around. But he's also being a showman. He's out there, doing whips and whirls, and he's got a whip that he's snapping in the air as they change direction. The other two of you that succeeded also notice he's doing something with the key, but you don't see the collars. What do you do?
I'll let them know about the collars and the key.
Okay. Are you guys sitting in bleachers now, or are you still kind of standing in the entranceway?
I think we would have sat down.
Okay.
In the front.
So in the
Yeah.
front.
Okay.
So what? Do we make a move now?
I'm
It's all
down.
cool.
Cool.
They think it's part of the show.
Yeah, Rigard like
You're a
hops
bard.
over the barricade,
Okay.
and he's
I'm
pulling
gonna-
out his baton.
Okay.
It was weird that no one died yet.
I guess I'll follow because I'm always down for a fight.
Right.
And
Um,
I'm gonna time it with a whip smack. I'm going to twist the handle of the baton, and you hear like chains rattle as he whips it forward, and it just shoots out like a chain whip and catches the whip, like circling it.
Okay. So you're gonna try to
Like just ensnare it. Nothing
ensnare
fancy.
his whip.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll a 2d6, and this will be a hack and slash.
do
I'm gonna yell out, "Oh shit!" as he does it.
That's a 9.
Okay, you got a 9. I gotta find my play sheet. What did I do? Oh, I did make it disappear. Not that bright, am I? Give me 1 second. There it is. No, that's not it. GM play sheet. There it is. I don't know why I closed it. Hack and slash, and you got a 9.
Yes, sir.
All right.
do it.
7 to 9. You deal your damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you.
Oh boy.
So, go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh wait, do I get a? Yes. 7 damage.
All right. Let me check. Kjartan the Brute. All right. Yeah. You managed to rip the whip from his hand, and you see him grab at his probably broken arm, and immediately he puts both hands on the key, and Pips, you hear the animals out in the cages
Mhm.
screaming to no end, and the harpies immediately fly towards Rigard. So
See, this is what I was worried about. I'm gonna go.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna go into the center of the ring and start singing.
okay,
There's no turn order.
correct.
Okay.
So
Okay, and then I am going to sing a song for Zero to give him plus 1d4 forward to damage, since I know that he's going in next. And I'm gonna sing, and he's the strongest in the land, 10,000 pounds lifted with just a single hand. Zero, the invincible, he's so mystical. He makes all the women swoon, makes Ugo look like a buffoon.
well played. All right. If there was a roll associated with that, you made it.
Thanks.
Zero, you take what, plus 1d4 damage?
1d4 forward to damage.
All right.
Is that just a one-off or for this combat?
So one off, I believe.
Okay.
If it says forward, it's usually for the rest of the scene.
Ooh, bitch,
So-
get it.
Oh, shit.
So yeah.
Can I do my "What are you waiting for" ability? where I cry out a challenge to my enemies.
Okay.
So they see me as the major threat because Rigard is not a threat.
Okay. And is there a role associated with it?
Roll plus con.
Okay.
10 plus, they treat you as the most obvious threat to be dealt with and ignore your companions. And I take a +2 damage ongoing against them.
All right.
On a
Awesome.
7 to 9, only a few, which is the weakest or the most foolhardy among them.
All right.
Okay.
So roll it up.
That is. No, I'm gonna re-roll my second die because that was a 3. The first one was a 5.
Nice. So you've spent both of your rerolls now?
Yep, and then I realized I didn't need to because my con's +2. Shit.
Well, then that's fine. Yeah, we'll Omega 13 back that up, and you're good. Okay.
Okay. So that was a 10.
All right. And the 10 gets you, what is it again?
They treat me as the most obvious threat to be dealt with and ignore my companions, and I take a +2 damage ongoing against them.
Nice. Beautiful. All right. The harpies swoop in. And
Swooping is bad.
swooping is bad.
Yeah, we have birds that swoop at this
Okay.
time.
So that was your attack on them. I don't get a move currently. Somebody else pick up the action as the harpies shriek out of the sky towards Zero the Invincible.
Zero
As
needs some blessing
As he
for real.
bellowed out his challenge. You're gonna bless him for real this time?
I'm gonna try to bless him for real using a different die.
Okay.
How about a 9?
Oh.
Or
okay.
wait, is it plus whiz? Then it's 10.
Awesome.
The spell
Awesome.
is successfully cast, and my deity does not revoke the spell.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm feeling very favored, guys.
Wait, does that mean that my deity would have revoked the spell last time?
See, and that's what I was talking about. So yeah, most likely on that fail, that's what he would have done is if it's not an orison or a rote, because rotes never get revoked.
Okay.
So is this an actual spell?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll give you a pass on it because you just succeeded. We'll just swipe that other one away, but keep your XP because I didn't have you guys roll a whole lot here so far, so your XP chances have been low, and I would love for you guys to get a level.
Okay. So so is he blessed?
Yes, he is blessed.
Take +1 on ongoing so long as the battle continues and you stand and fight.
Nice. All right.
Awesome.
All right. Who else hasn't done anything thus far? Pips,
Yeah.
what do you do?
I'll shout out that he's hurting them, and I basically kind of leap towards him. And in mid leap, I would like to shapeshift.
Nice.
Oh, snap.
What form do you take, Pips?
That is all Zero saying. Oh, shit, and oh, snap.
Wham.
Fucking honey badger.
Honey Badger can.
Oh, shit. I remember them in Far Cry. Run away.
All right.
This is
So
gonna be a total badass.
we if I'm remembering the druid shapeshifting correctly, you get to you roll and then you get so many maneuvers or skills of said.
Yes.
Okay, well let's roll it up.
I rolled 10 on the dice, and then I get +1. So that's 11. So I get 3 actions.
All right. And we're going to give said honey badger, he's going to have toughness, which we're going to let you roll whatever your attack is to fend off damage. So if your attack is a D6, when something attacks you, you can spend one of your moves, one of your animal moves, and roll your attack damage and take it away from damage you take. Because he's
Okay.
the honey badger don't give a stuff, and then we'll give you, and we'll give you the other one is vicious attack. We'll let you double your attack damage.
Ooh. So how do I roll an attack as a
So
badger?
you tell me you're gonna just tear into this guy. Just describe it, and then we'll roll dice accordingly.
Claw the crap out of his face.
All right, all right. Kjartan the brute is down, and the honey badger or Pips takes a couple of strides and leaps through the air and becomes a honey badger and just rakes this guy in the face. Roll 2d6 plus your strength.
It's gonna be a 7.
7. You deal your damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you.
Okay.
All right. So, he doesn't have his whip, so I'm going to lower his damage dice. So go ahead and roll your. If you want to spend one of your moves, you can viciously attack him and roll double dice. Whatever your damage dice is, roll 2 of. And it should be like at the top right-hand side of your sheet. It should say damage.
2 sounds and 8 hit points.
There's
It should be like,
toolbar like covering it.
oh,
Oh no.
It won't move.
Let's see if I can get to it here. Druid. There's-
1d6.
Excellent.
Thank you. So I'll roll double.
Yep, 2d6.
6.
Awesome.
what's the lower of the two of those?
A 1.
Reroll it. As a human, I have the ability to make someone re-roll their damage dice.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Once per
3. So
combat.
now it's a 9.
There you go.
So-
I mean 8.
8 altogether. Pips, would you like to describe how you horribly kill Kjartan the brute, or do you want me to?
Just clawing the crap out of his face. Maybe doing like the dog thing with like a chin or his throat.
All right, and basically the honey badger digs into Kjartan's head like it's a melon, like it's a watermelon. It's just gook and gore flying, and its throat's ripped out, and the crowd's like, ah, shrieking like, what's happening?
If you could see underneath Rigurd's helmet, there is a smirk.
All right, and Kjartan lays dead. Anyone who hasn't acted yet?
No, that's everyone, I think, yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Mortimer steps forward and he's like, friends, what is this? Why would you kill my beastmaster?
I want to cast magic missile on Mortimer.
Okay. All right.
Now
We're
I
doing
don't
this now. Okay.
I don't have it on my sheet, but I
Murder
get
hobo.
but I get magic missile as a human.
Oh, okay.
So like, how does that work on the wizard sheet?
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to the wizard sheet. Wizard.
Mortimer is the one in the top hat, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The really tall dude who just keeps appearing out of nowhere.
All
Cool,
right.
let's keep fighting stuff because I've got +6 damage. Keep this going.
All right.
Sorry.
Tragic thistle. Projectiles of pure magic spring from your fingers. Deal 2d4 damage to one target.
Now, do I have to? I have to roll to cast it first, right?
Yeah, you have to cast it first.
Is
You
this a
got
new
this,
combat
buddy.
or is it old combat?
5.
This is the same scene.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you rolled a 5?
Because I have -1 to all the spells that I cast while maintaining bless.
Yeah. So 4?
Well, no, I rolled a 5. My wisdom's +1, so
Okay.
it's
So
just 5.
it is 5. Okay, so it is a fail. But this isn't cast as a. Let's cast it as a priest because you've got the rules right there, and so hence your magic missile is no more in your mind for the rest of the combat. But you do get to roll your damage.
Oh, okay.
2d4.
Okay. 5.
All right. Now I have to find Mortimer's hit points. Hello.
Everyone. Let's turn on the village next.
Okay.
This is not our normal Tuesday night, Barry. Not our normal Tuesday night.
All right, and
I'm Krong. I'm gonna cut some dude's arm off.
Wait.
Oh my god. It's
A
coming
friend.
back to haunt you, Greybeard.
I know.
So if you've stopped by, make sure to check out twitch.tv/The Indoor Adventurer
On Tuesday
Well,
night.
for all of our Monday and Tuesday night shenanigans.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
in the Tuesday night game, so
All
but
right.
it's a good show.
And both are really good. Monday, if you want to see a great like one piece anime type show, that's great. If you want to watch horrible, hate each other, HBO HBO show, come on Tuesday.
I don't hate anyone.
All right. So the magic missiles fly from your hand, and something strange happens. You kind of forget how to do it, and as they streak towards Mortimer, they sort of dissipate a bit. They still strike, but that's not how your magic missile usually goes. So something's weird about this guy.
You
Which-
can't really remember how it goes in the first place. So
All right.
Something's off here, and I don't know what.
Love this guy.
Beautiful, Red. Beautiful. Okay. With Kjartan dead and Mortimer, trying to calm things down, and you blasting him, he's like, please, everyone, keep your seats. No need to panic. And he says, let's bring in the clowns. And the music.
I'm gonna turn to Pips and I just whisper to her, "Get the key. It's feeding time."
I rip the key basically off his neck.
Okay.
If it
As the honey bear.
decapitates, that's fine.
All right. You've kind of, like I said,
I thought- Sorry, go ahead.
you've nearly gnawed through his head. So I mean, you just pull it and it kind of comes through / off, and you now possess the key in honey badger form still.
Yeah, I've got it hanging from my mouth and like trotting.
Okay, awesome. You trot off. Mortimer yells, "Bring in the clowns!" What do the rest of you do?
Coach Mortimer. Seems like the only logical thing to do.
Okay.
And some clowns.
Never one for missing an opportunity to perform. I'm gonna start singing in the middle of the
Yeah.
This is a big crowd, okay?
Gonna run up next to
It's Blackpink, bitch.
Blackpink.
Are they
Right.
still? Did my challenge affect everyone or not the clowns because they weren't out here, right?
No, they won't affect the clowns.
How
So,
many clowns are there?
you don't know yet.
Several.
They haven't come out.
Is
So-
it just one of the little clown cars and they're just jumping out?
They burst from it. No, you'll see in a moment.
Okay.
And anyone who hasn't acted, I just don't want to roll over folks.
Oh, right when as the scene kind of transitions back to Rigard, he's already in a downward striking motion. Camera pans straight up, and you see the end of the billy club falling down, and a hook pops out, and it's gonna hit Mortimer.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Hack and
slash.
slash.
Oh, that's a 14,
Nice.
double sixes and a 2.
Okay.
My D10 roll steady. That's a 10.
All right. Again, the hook sort of slows as it gets close to him, and you're like, you don't do quite as much as you thought you would.
Ooh, he's worthy. Clink. Pull back the.
All right. And with that, the the music, like I said, is going, and the curtains burst open, and there's got to be 24 of these little, maybe 3 foot tall, scary clowns, like Halloween mask, as scary as you can get, like mouths like a foot wide and just full of teeth, big red noses, and insane clown posse makeup, and just monkeyed up green and purple hair, and they are headed right for the crowd.
Oh shit! Can I try out another challenge to save the crowd?
If it's feasible, yes. It's not a
people.
No,
it's just a skill I have.
Go for it.
Okay, gotta save the people. 5. I'm gonna use my reroll this time because that was a 2. Okay.
All right.
It was a 3 plus the 2. We got the 10.
All right. Okay. What does this challenge sound like?
I am Zero the Invincible, and I will crush all you little midget clowns into paste.
All right. And as they're running across you, I'll crush you all to paste. All their little heads go,
oh, I regret this.
And they all teeth, and they just pour towards you, and
No
you guys see they're ignoring you, like Blackpink. You're in the middle singing, and they just ignore you and like swarm around you and Rigard like a wave, and just they leap through the air, like all just fangs and claws towards Zero the Invincible.
Let's just Benny Hill this moment up.
Did you take the gem, or was I able to snatch it from earlier?
Gem.
The phylactery soul gem.
Yeah, it's soul gem.
You took it. I offered to take it off you.
I'm gonna give it to Blackpink.
Oh.
Hold this.
All right.
Hold my beer.
Hold my soul.
Benny Hill running around the tent.
All right. So Zero, that sounds like you're going to defy danger with dexterity. You're trying to run away from the clowns and keep them kiting. You're kiting the clowns to chase you?
I guess.
All right. Go ahead and roll with dex.
Yeah, 11.
Hold on one moment. My play sheet keeps disappearing.
But 12, because I got +1 from Bless. Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right.
Shit. I wish I remembered that earlier.
Okay, there we go. I don't know why it keeps closing. I must be clicking something. High technology, well. Okay. And so you defied danger using your dex. 10 plus. You do what you set out to do. The threat doesn't come to bear. So you are running around kiting the clowns. Blackpink, what are you doing?
Listening to Britney Spears. Which she has a song called Circus, and I didn't even think about that. I am probably gonna follow Pips. Do people seem like they got shit under control?
Well, the crowd is now trying to like dodge the clown swarm.
Yeah.
And Rigard is kind of fighting with Mortimer. So yeah, you and Red and Pips is already headed for the door.
He's got this.
She's a little
We got this.
Honey badger.
That's a thumbs up. We got this.
No one's been hurt yet, right?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Who Rigard is fighting Mortimer?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him a D4 to forward to damage, and I'm gonna. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus.
Awesome. Okay, and then that's just an ability. You don't have to roll for it at anything.
When you weave a performance into a bardic spell.
Okay.
So do I have to roll for a spell?
Yeah, you got to figure a spell out and cast that real quick. While that's going on, Red, You're the only other one in the big top. What are you doing?
I would like to. I'm gonna follow Pips.
Okay.
I ideally hacking and flashing through some clowns if they're still there.
They're on
If
the far side of the tent with Zero at the moment.
I'm pretty much doing laps. I'm like, help me,
So
please.
you can either follow Pips or engage the clown swarm.
We got this. We got this.
He's yelling, "We got this!"
I'm gonna just roll
I'm gonna
my
follow
eyes.
Pips.
Okay, all right.
No, I'll cast a rote. I'll cast guidance.
Okay.
I got
No,
a
yes, I will. Okay, cool. 6.
8.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Sorry.
So, what's the rote and what'd you roll?
The rote is guidance.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Which I don't think is a failure.
It should be 6 is almost always a failure.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And so your god denies. Oh, he won't if it's a rote. They never take away your rotes, so
Okay,
it just.
but it just fails.
And I get a move because you failed. You get experience, but I get to do something. Harpies. We've forgotten about the harpies. So the harpies swoop down and do their move, which is wrong way, Peach Fuzz.
Just becoming a shit show.
My gods love me. It's okay.
They are going to swoop by and rake their claws across you, Red, because you're the one who failed. And oh no, they're distracted by Zero, so they have to
challenge?
do.
Yeah.
Yep. So Zero, please roll D8 plus 2 against yourself.
Depending on when they are attacking, my spell works, but you draw unwanted attention or your magic reverberates over the target.
Okay, so you're technically you were going before he began casting his rote. So what happens with your spell?
So I was forwarding damage to Rigard, but I rolled an 8. So my
Okay.
spell works, but you draw unwanted attention or your magic reverberates to other targets, affecting them as well.
Excellent. So you pick someone else to the spell effects. So if it's something good, pick Zero or Red or someone that also is affected. If it's bad, you then split it like if it's like damage or whatever, you can split it between the clowns, Mortimer, the harpies, however you want. So what was the spell?
So I'll say 1d4 to Rigard and to Red.
Perfect. Okay. All right. And then we go to Red, and Red's situation was such that the failure occurred, and the harpies swiped at you for D8 plus 2 damage. Or no, 0, because they're drawn to him because of his challenge. So
I rolled a 1.
all right, plus 2 is 3. Take your minus your armor from that and take that much damage.
1. So I minus 1. So I take 2 damage.
All right.
I've been hit.
I'm been hit. I'm down.
Man down.
Out of the fight. Okay. So let's go with Pip and Red and Black Pink. You're all escaping the area. You get out first to the satyr cage. What do you do?
I turn and hold the key up to either black or red.
Okay.
I don't have thumbs.
Oh.
Whatever. I don't know the noise honey badgers make, or I'd try to make it. Okay.
That.
Holds up the key.
What
So
is
you
this
hold it
item?
up to one of us.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how to use this.
Figure it out. I am busy. I'm dead.
I'll take the key.
So, DM interruption time. Penalty on the field. You're the bard. What do you do? What is one of your things?
Oh shit. Is it bardic lore?
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, because I could use it on an item.
Ta-da.
I would like. Thanks.
You're like, I'm just gonna dance.
I would like to look at the item and determine what it is. Or how do you use it?
Bam. I was gonna say, I think there's a better question on that
Yes.
list. I guess, how does the knowledge come to you? Do you remember?
Well, I'm just like in my zone. I'm dancing. So I look at the thing and I'm like, trying to figure out like, well, how does it like fit into the so like in my mind, the song is weaving in and out, and it's just like pieces of a puzzle coming together. And and I'm able to determine like, oh, if you do this thing, then that's how it does it.
So it goes all dance revolution, and
Yeah.
you get the moves down, and
Yeah.
you figure out how to work the key.
Yeah.
And so you hold the key forward and you twist it this way, and the bars go and open up.
Oh.
And the satyr comes out, and he's like, puts his thumbs up kind of thing and points at the mask. And Pips, you're there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're in badger form.
I am currently in badger form.
The griffin says to you, dearest warden of the forest, if you but touch the end of the key to the collar, it will be removed.
I turn to Black and I go,
so
I touch it to the collar.
and the collar clinks off the satyr, and he's like takes the thing off his head and thank you ever so much. I love you. And
Everyone loves me.
he begins fawning over Black paint and scratching the scratching behind the ears of Pip, and he grabs your hand, Red, and he starts shaking it, and then he goes, oh my, that's strange.
Take your revenge.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude. That's freaking beautiful. Okay, take your revenge. He grabs up one of the instruments, the little lyra, the harp, and you see him rush back into the big top, as if compelled by your godly force channeled through you. He rushes for vengeance into the big top. Meanwhile, in the big top, Rigard, what do you do?
As Zero is kiting these clowns around the ring, is there anything that I can? What's it? Is it like a post in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
So
a massive beam.
Oh,
I mean, like this.
Oh, he's gonna like take his weapon and then sink the blade end into the post, run to the other end, and then just yell for Zero to jump. As he twists the handle again, and like you see like barbs out the chain.
Nice. Okay. All right.
I want to clothesline the clowns.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Roll a hack and slash. We'll go from there.
Oh, 7.
You deal your damage, and the enemy makes an attack against you. So,
could I offer up instead a What's it? Something bad happens?
You mean you hand me a move?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
The blade end is sunk too deep into the post for me to remove it.
Okay, all right. So you're stuck there. Meanwhile, you're ignoring Mortimer, correct?
For now, yes.
Okay, all right. I just need to move my pawns around the board also.
Mortimer
So
should be fixated on me as well, right?
Mortimer,
Yeah, unless he doesn't want to fight.
so far he has not attacked anyone.
That's
So
cool. I really don't care if he doesn't attack me. Dude seems really strong.
but Zero, you need to defy danger using dexterity as Rigard's like jump and this barbed scythe comes flying out around the ring.
That is a 7.
Uh,
No, 8. 8.
With bless.
Yeah.
8 with bless. Defy danger and 8. You stumble, hesitate, or flinch. I offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. You may at the last second you realize you're not going to make it, and this barbed thing is going to rake you up and down. You can either take the damage and then the clowns also pile into it, or he can raise it at the last second and miss all of you.
I'll take the damage. I'm an idiot.
Okay. Rigard, please roll your damage.
14.
I have 1 armor, so that's 13 damage. I'm so good, team.
All right, let me check on our
Ow,
clown.
ow, 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 ow.
Man, it would be great if we had a cleric.
So what was our bond? You saved my life, my ass. Okay.
Once before this.
Yeah. Oh man, I was expecting like roll the d4 and add 1.
It's fine. It's fine. Come over here. Let me give you some
Okay.
lovin'. I have healing potions.
You're always getting into trouble. I must protect
Okay.
you from yourself.
And so that was 14 damage.
Yeah, I rolled max 10 plus a 3 on the d4 plus 1.
Nice.
Not
You
nice.
notice what's happening is the clowns the barbs are coming up and they're raking their noses, and their noses burst into a glittery sparkle, and they just sort of kind of turn to like a balloon deflating, and almost all of them have shredded themselves in this glitter cloud of demon dust, maybe.
Is
But
it like the killer clowns from outer space, sort
it is-
of?
it is exactly like that, good sir. Attack the nose. So yes, you have destroyed most of the clown swarm. And you've lost sight of Mortimer. And he did that. Let's go back out to in the hallway. Red, you really haven't done anything. What are you doing other than,
Okay, so we have the satyr free.
Yep.
We who is going to go seek his revenge at my behest.
Yep.
We have the griffin still there in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean,
So we need to release.
I guess I'll grab the key and start like macaroning
Okay.
until the door's open.
All right, and you twist it, and the bars go to the sides, and the griffin strides out on all fours, and he does that kind of bow thing, and he offers his
A
neck.
bow.
Okay. He offers up his neck.
I want to use my lore thing to figure out what I'm supposed to do.
You just
You saw me do it.
yeah, you just saw Blackpink touch the end of the key to the satyr's collar, and it just kind of clanked off and vanished.
Okay. I will unlock that.
Okay, you touch it, and
Sorry, I'm panicking.
the griffin's collar goes clink off, and as it goes off, it just kind of vanishes, and he rears back, and his wings, do a couple of good flaps, and he says to Pip, "Good lady of the forest, I was once a noble steed. Uh, may I fly you away from here?"
I'll turn back into a halfling and
Okay.
say he's offering to fly us away. I don't know if he can take all of us or just me.
He's like, I could probably take 2 or 3 of you at most, unfortunately.
So I'll relay that.
Oh, so like you're talking to us while you're a badger?
No, she
No.
popped back into.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry, cat.
Ah.
I don't care. I mean, we all gotta go though. Like, it can't just be. Maybe the harpies will fly us out too. I haven't flown in so long. We should make sure that they're okay. And I'm gonna turn and go back in the tent.
All right.
Free the animals!
Picturing us running around. They are coming back, aren't they, Regan?
You're just like grabbing a clown by the scruff frill and punching it in the nose. Maybe. Bam.
Oh, my shin hurts so much.
I'll toss him a healing potion.
I am gonna say we're at 20 after 11. Is everybody still okay? We are nearly done.
Yeah, let's
So,
push.
I'm good.
if anybody
Yeah,
does
afternoon.
get,
I'm good.
yeah, if anybody
No,
gets to that,
I've got to sleep, man.
call it out. Okay, so as the harpies hadn't done anything yet, so they are going to swoop down again at 0, and 0, please take 1d8 plus 2 damage.
I took 6 damage after my armor. I am not looking that swell.
All right.
If I had to give myself a rating out of 24, I'd say a 3.
Oh my god.
And you're still being chased by like a half dozen of these 3-4 foot psycho clowns.
Taking this very serious.
Okay. Okay. You got something, Blackpink?
Yeah, I was gonna try and heal him.
Okay, go for it.
I have my arcane art that I'm gonna try and use. So I'm gonna roll 2d10, 2d6. Try to get a 10. Ooh, so I got a 12.
Okay.
So you heal 1d8. Do you want to roll or do you want me to roll?
You can roll it.
For 3. Sorry, I'm not that good.
Doubled my health.
Okay, and because of your roll, I believe that you can affect a second creature, or the spell.
The ally gets the same the selected effect.
Okay, so is anybody else hurt?
Nope.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that the magic reverberates, and 0 can take the second die.
Okay.
That's another 3.
All
Or
right.
is it another roll?
Okay.
Is it another 3 or another roll?
Another roll. I thought you did roll. So,
Oh no.
oh no, go ahead. Roll the other.
4.
Another. There it is.
Yeah. I'm good. Let's go. Good my energy. I'm back on my stride in front of my eyes.
All right. And you hear the satyr is strumming the harp, and the music comes out and gives you all a +1 forward as long as he's playing. So you can add +1 to any roll that you make during this scene, other than damage. Okay. Let me see. I think everyone has acted. Yes? No?
I'm still just running.
Rigard.
I've already done. If I can, I'm just gonna like marathon pass water to. Well, not water, but a healing potion to 0.
Oh, you have one. Okay.
I have
But
2.
standing on the side as I run past.
Just like running
Here
fast.
you go.
Here you go.
Like marathon. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. And what does said healing potion do?
I don't know. Let me double check.
It should be on your sheet. If it's
Team
not,
Max health.
I am gonna say, we need to free the
You
harpies.
heal yourself of 10 damage.
The harpies are attacking me.
We need to free them.
Yeah. Healing potion. When you drink an entire healing potion, heal yourself 10 damage or
Yep.
remove 1 disability or debility.
all right. As you come past 0 and you down this potion, you hear, "I have had enough," and you see Mortimer, like his suit he's like blowing up, and his suit bursts apart,
Oh.
and
Uh-oh.
he grows ridiculously, and he's just completely ripped. And as he's growing, these massive ram's horns start rolling out of the sides of his head, and as his elongated body is expanding, he's growing new arms, and so he ends up with 6 arms, like I said, completely ripped, and he's just got like a devil's face, and the red from his suit is now the color of his skin, and he's he says, "I am the avatar of Raka, the destroyer. You will be my victims." And he points down at you, Rigard.
I mean, okay.
Always getting into trouble, aren't you, Rigid?
Says the one running around with clowns chasing him and torn up shins.
Shut up.
So, GM
right.
question:
Sure.
the harpies
Yes.
were being controlled by the key that I currently have.
Yep. I was waiting for someone to say something, because
Can you please stop them?
they are just been swooping after him, doing the last thing they were told to do.
But I didn't know that they were being controlled by this. I
told
think I
you.
failed that check.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I informed you though of what I saw.
Oh, okay.
I'll-
Cool.
Can I tell him since I'm next to him?
Fuck.
So I'm gonna hold the key up,
okay.
and shout to the harpies.
Okay.
Be
What do you
free,
shout?
have your revenge.
Be free and have your revenge. Okay. Yeah, I guess they know enough about the key. They've seen him use it, and they're intelligent beasts. So in their next swoop, they like fly by and touch the key as they do like a wing over, and so one after the other, and you see the collar bounce off and disappear, and they immediately swoop right towards this devil thing, this Raka that has appeared. And they proceed to attack him, and now he's batting at them with 2 of his 6 arms. Blackpink, what are you doing?
Just healed.
Oh, you did. Okay. Anybody? Pip?
I got pips.
I guess I'll face my demon.
All right.
Now, since I've already shapeshifted back, do I lose the move points or can I shift back to Badger?
We're gonna let you do it. Dad, go back into Badger. If you want to roll again, you might get more moves because you only used 1. Or if you just want to not roll, you can shift and still have your 2.
Yeah, I'll just shift and have the 2.
Okay. All right.
Because I think 3 is the most you can get, so it's a risk.
Okay. So you shift back in. Are you racing back into the tent?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
Um, all I would do again is cry out a challenge to the big 6-arm dude.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
I'm doing is
Necessary.
challenging people.
I'll hack and slash somebody with my
Excellent.
mace.
Can I
All right.
attempt to free my weapon?
Yes, but let's
What's
zero.
up? Yeah.
Go ahead.
So with that
Remember
+1 ongoing
Yes.
by the satire, does that stack with the +1 I got from my bless?
Yes, it does.
Well, that with my dexterity, no, my con. Oh, con takes me to 11. That's easy.
Nice.
I was like, I'm just making it to 10.
All right.
Yeah.
So now you've called out to Raka. What was your challenge, or what did you say?
You call them guns as I flex my arms.
All right. Welcome to the gun show. All right. Okay.
I stopped
right.
for a split second.
And he was batting at the harpies, and he like full focuses on it. He starts leaning towards you.
Oh, shit.
6 arms. Okay. Who else? What do you do?
I'll hack and slash.
Hack and slash. Are you going after Mortimer or the clowns?
I will get rid of the ankle biters.
All right. Okay.
Thanks, friend.
You wade amongst them with your rusty mace, batting noses. Go for it. Hack and slash.
Okay. Does this add strength?
Correct. 2d6 plus strength. Your strength mod.
Okay. Okay. So that's 6 plus 2 plus 2 is 10 plus 1 from the bless.
Nice. All right. A smashing 11. You may, on a 10, on a hack and slash, you deal your damage to the enemy and avoid their attacks. At your option, you may choose to do an additional d6, but you expose yourself to their attack.
Yes.
You expose yourself to their attack?
Yes.
All right. So roll your damage plus a d6.
Do unto others after they do to you. 5.
Okay. And as you're batting their noses, they're chomping into you. Roll a d6 against yourself.
1. My
Plus
armor
2?
is 3.
Oh, your armor's 3. So even with their +2, they bite into your scale mail and does not puncture through as you beat their little noses into glitter dust. The clowns are no more.
Yay.
Did I have that healing potion, or is that just me holding it? Is it an action to drink it?
I thought you drank it, but you just kept it. You can just tuck it in your pocket and
I
save
would
it.
have drank it if it wasn't an action.
Yeah,
Right.
sure. You could have drunk it, and as the
And
marathon
that's what
run
again?
came by, glorp
It does
And
what again?
adds 10 hit points.
Oh yes, I'm
No
almost back to
roll,
full health.
it just is.
Cheers, Rigu.
Okay. Before you stands Raka. He is being attacked by the harpies. So if someone would roll me a d8, that'd be fantastic.
Okay. Where's JD gonna do it? JD's gonna do it. Go.
And do it.
All
Do it,
right.
JD.
Hopefully I don't roll like crap. Someone else should do it.
Okay.
Was that a 1?
All right. The harpies are and it doesn't appear to do any damage to him. Okay. What
You
do you
go
do?
in the jail file.
Anyone?
I'm trying to free my weapon.
You've done that.
Okay.
This is like the next.
Time to fight, I guess. Just
Okay.
gonna sync it to close range, and I'm just gonna start Shadow of the Colossus climbing Raka with like the sickle portion as like a pick.
Okay. All right. Do you want to? Here's what we'll do. Do you want to do half damage and climb him, or straight up hack and slash?
Half damage and climb him.
All right, then it's defy danger using Dex.
Ooh, I think I also have a move for defy danger. No, that's a halfling. Never mind.
All right. Okay.
Sad face. Ah. It landed fine. It's a 5.
All right.
So that's 7.
Okay. Hack and slash on a 7. They attack you back. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he's on his back. It's going to be in that spot which he can't reach properly.
I'm gonna get damage. That's fine.
Yep.
He has 6
That's the
arms.
benefit of
I'm
having
sure there's
6 arms.
multiple of those spots where he can't reach
That's
properly.
fine. I've got 4 extra
Oh.
HP.
Opposite
All
problem.
right. Please roll me a d10 plus 3.
Oof. Loud. Oof.
Hopefully you don't roll max damage this time.
Shut the fuck up, Barry.
Thanks
That'd
for
be
putting that in the
10. Originally, it was gonna be 13, but I have 3 armor.
You realize as one of his arms just twists backwards, he just sinks his arm, like literally the joint just whirls behind so he can reach behind him, and he just sinks these black spiky claws, and you realize that they pierce for 3, so your armor does nothing against
Ooh,
him.
Actual 13.
Actual 13.
How you
That hurts so good. Okay. Thank God for, thank the gypsy woman for temp HP.
All right.
Oh, I roll my damage.
What do the rest of you do?
Continue hurling insults at this dude, calling him weak and saying that he needs to drink more milk to get stronger.
All right. All right.
Do we round up or round down?
Down.
Okay, so 3.
Okay.
I'm going to use my bardic lore to because this is my first time encountering this creature, right?
Yep.
To determine one question. Yes. All right. What is this creature's weakness?
Ooh, nice.
Friendship.
Friendship. Friendship is
We
magic.
all have to have sex now.
It's his only
Stephen
weakness.
King, everyone.
Get out of here, Gwen. Oh, wait. Get out of here,
Sorry.
Stephen King.
Fucked up book.
What is his? This thing just doesn't have something like that. We're going to say holy anything. Holy water, holy symbols, holy magic, holy diver. Nice, good call.
You've been gone so long in the endless sea.
Yeah. Nice. How do you guys know that?
Don't know any.
That was from
I-
like 80.
Well, for one thing, Dio is great, and for another
Yes.
thing, Kill Switch Engage covered it.
Ah, okay.
Guitar
There we-
Hero.
The video is great. I'll
Guitar
share it.
Hero.
Okay. Yeah, his a holy magic would be about the only thing that is his real weakness.
Looking at you, Red. Look.
I don't have any any like damaging spells anymore.
Oh no!
All right, then a good old fashioned soccer hooligan beatdown is what you're in for.
Do this. Can I also arcane act, or is that action too?
Well, so you were
I did the bardic lore.
No, we're
Okay.
gonna say that's your gig. Who's next? Who follows up Blackpink with her yelling out, "It really only has weakness to magic," or holy relics.
Okay, so
Oh.
if I literally if I cast light on my mace, would that make it
Mhm.
holy? If it's just glowing with holy magic.
I'm gonna give it to you.
All right.
Due to the vengeance of the situation and the magic that the satyr is weaving into this, go ahead and roll.
That was a 9 plus 1. No, you're still blessed. 9.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah, plus 1 from the satyr, so 10.
Okay. So your mace begins to hum and glow, and you become distinctly aware that his magic aura that is his armor, it is nothing versus your now emboldened vengeance, mace of vengeance.
So I hold the mace in the left hand, and whenever I rub my gem hand across it, the like rust on it sort of like melts away. And it's just this like obsidian mace that starts like glowing with this red energy.
Nice, very metal.
I
Okay.
conquer the world, friend.
All right. So as Red's doing this, what are those of you who have not yet acted doing?
Catching my breath.
Okay.
That's ran a marathon.
All right, Pips, you're going all badger.
Rah.
Okay. All right. Roll a
Oh,
hack
claw him. 8.
All right. You deal your damage, but he attacks you
Okay.
back.
That's 1d6. 3.
Okay. Oh, your badger claws rake across his unholy flesh and just cannot penetrate the maleficent aura that he exudes. So your claws are scraping on him, but doing no damage, just not
Okay.
enough. And he does his damage back to you. So D10 plus 3.
Oh,
So
goodness.
you roll it. I don't need dice. supposedly.
Still old combat.
What?
Still same scene.
Yep.
I think I grabbed a 10. Nope, that's a 10. Yeah. 3, and you said plus 3?
Yep. So you
So
take
that's 6.
6. Yep.
And I do have
Minus
armor.
down.
I'll take. Okay.
He does 3 points of piercing damage, so that eliminates 3 points of armor.
So
So,
you
if,
take 6
so
regardless.
you're gonna take 6,
Okay.
unless you had 4 or more
Oh, yeah.
armor. Oh, okay. Yep. So the piercing is those black talons of his just spike straight through your armor.
Okay.
Anyone else?
How's everyone looking?
If I were to on a scale of 1 to 25, I'm a 16.
Slight stitch, but that's just from running and drinking too much. Constipation really fast.
You have
Okay.
1?
It is what do you do? I only get actions when you take actions, or if I have more monsters.
I want to heal Pips.
Heal Pips.
Fucking heel Pips.
You
All
heal
right.
Pips, god damn you.
I was.
No. Oh no.
Double ones.
Oh, okay.
I'm
What
the worst cleric.
you lose your healing spell unless it's a rote.
It's not.
Oh, your god is like, what's this healing about? We're for vengeance. And so yeah, not only do you lose your healing spell, but you feel the disdain of your deity upon you.
Oh my
I
god.
will have my revenge.
On my deity.
Yes.
I was thinking you were trying to grapple the dude, but he's got 6 fucking arms.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody.
Do they all
I'm
have
gonna-
talons?
Yes. Yeah, they're all like these big spiky
Can't even
hands.
just pin the talon hands down.
Ooh.
I
Once
am
I-
gonna heal Pips
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
because I can.
Good to be the bard.
Good to be the bud. That's 7 plus 2.
9.
9.
Okay. And
If
so
I-
Does that do the pass
Yeah,
on
I'm
thing, or what happens with
Yeah,
bard
it
magic?
passes on.
Okay,
Than
so who are you
yesterday.
passing the second dose of healing to?
Isn't 0? Aren't you still really low?
I'm on 20 out of 24.
Okay, then
No
Rigard.
slight stitch.
All right, so
If I stand next to this 6-armed monstrosity and he goes to attack someone in retaliation, does that mean he'll attack me if I'm his focus of attention?
right.
I'll go stand next to him and just
Okay.
strike up a conversation.
Okay. And you can technically attack while you're doing this. So unless it says
to go in with my secret, which the bard knows, I really can't attack. There's a reason why I've only been taunting and running.
Right.
You guys both get 4 health.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else who hasn't taken an action?
Once I make it to the shoulder blades of the beastie, just gonna whip out the blade and just whip out the whip, turn it into a garrote, and just like start trying to choke him with the
Awesome.
barbs out.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do a straight up hack and slash.
Oh, good. That's a 10.
Excellent. You can do an extra d6, but he's going to damage you, or you can just do your damage and he can't attack you.
Okay, he'll damage me.
Right.
I'm going for the d6. So here we go.
You get the extra 4 from Black's song earlier.
Okay, so that's a 8 on the d10 plus
Okay.
4 on the d4
Okay.
plus 3 on the d6. So that's
15.
12, huh?
15.
15? 8,
Said 8 for
8 plus 4 plus 3, right? 15.
Mhm.
16 because I have a plus 1.
Oh, nice.
Who made your outfit?
All right. And then
You're
zero, and 0 take d10 plus 3. 3 piercing for armor takeaway.
Well, that's a 13. I was like, 0, store, 3 damage. Nope, that's a 10. Yep, I'm back down to 7.
Okay. You big dummy. I'll take anything you got.
This is all because you wanted to deal an extra 3 damage.
All right. Anybody who has not acted.
I'm gonna hang your head on my mantelpiece.
What did Pips do?
She badger.
Not much.
Script.
The harpist.
Rat almost got killed. Then healed.
I filed my claws.
The harpies.
Oh yeah, the harpies.
Harpies. It's a d8 plus 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, Red.
I'll
You call.
go ahead. 7.
Nice.
Okay.
I think almost dead.
All right. He's looking rough. He is looking very rough. Anyone who hasn't acted,
I think it's everybody.
I think it says
start again. What do you do, party?
bop them.
Bop him.
All right, go for it, Red. With your mace that ignores his aura.
Okay. I've got the plus 1, plus 2 from my strength.
Needs to
10.
be 10 or more.
10?
Yeah, 10.
Excellent. Do you want to do an extra d6 damage and take a hit? Or do you want to just do your damage?
Whoa. 0's the one taking the hit.
Oh, 0
You see
takes.
0 on the ground. Go, no.
No.
All right.
Pips must have her revenge. 3.
Do you also have the plus 4 from Black earlier?
I do.
To
Plus
reverberate
4
to
or plus a
you?
d4?
D4.
Plus a d4.
4.
Woo!
All right. So
7.
what all told? 7. As you crash into a part of him, you notice his skin, the aura, it passes through the aura and it breaks his skin and it starts to crack, and this red like mist, but it's like almost like lava coming out. It's like that lava spray, and he starts to crack. His whole entire body begins to crack. Rigard, you realize that this lava blood spray is starting to come out, and at that point, you see Uggo the giant run through the curtain, and he says, "All of you, get away as fast as you can!" And he's got little glasses on, and you notice he has a book on his side, and he begins to tackle Raka. Rigard, please make a defy danger dexterity.
3.
Okay, take your take your experience, and yeah, you're going to roll your damage on yourself for being flung from Raka and sprayed with lava blood.
Does that include the D4?
No,
Okay.
just your normal damage.
Cool. I'm down to 10.
All right. Okay. And the giant is like, he's like, "Get the children clear, please, get them away."
Oh, that's right. There's villages.
I was gonna say, there's still people in the stands, or did they run away?
Well, they were exiting, so they have tried to flee the tent, but he's like saying, "Get them away."
Okay.
Okay,
Like-
I'm up and running, and I'm just gonna. It's gonna sound bad. Pick up the first kids I come across and try and.
All right. Is everybody fleeing at this point?
I'm gonna make sure I got pips.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure Black is leaving.
Uh,
I really want to kill it.
You have to make
oh,
sure
it's killed. His holy mace ripped through its.
Oh,
aura,
okay.
cracked
Cool.
it's going to explode.
I'm gonna grab like a child,
Okay.
throw him into the.
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna run.
that's the way to rig it.
There's only
Alright.
one thing worse than a demon: a child.
A child.
no.
No.
They're like little demons.
How many vines can we cover today? Okay.
The harpies seem to be trying to rip their way out of the big top. As you're running past, you notice the wyvern is still in its cage.
Oh no.
Do you wish to do anything with it?
As we
Yes.
run past the harpies, I'm just gonna tear a hole through the big top.
Okay. All right.
Are we releasing the
Run.
wyvern?
I still have the key, right?
Yep.
The wyvern must have his revenge.
I don't understand.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe he'll
So
be
you-
our friend.
You twist the key and it comes out. And are you gonna remove his collar?
Yes.
Okay. You remove his collar, and unfortunately, he stings you immediately.
Take your revenge, and I will take mine.
All right. Let me. Oh yeah. Okay. D10 plus 2 with 1 piercing.
Okay, D10 plus 2.
Yep.
6 plus 1 piercing.
So
So-
minus 1 of your armor points.
I'll take 4 points of damage.
Yep. And then it like lumps forward and starts flapping its wings, heading for the hole that Zero cut in the tent.
Rickard.
Oh, Rigard cut the hole?
Mhm.
I didn't. I'm carrying 2 kids.
Oh yeah. Okay,
He also
Rigard.
doesn't have a real sword.
That's
Shut
right.
up.
Secret blown. All right. And as you're fleeing the tent, yeah, it sounds like a volcanic explosion, and you just see, like I said, this lava blood bursting through as the tent begins to burn in all directions, and it's basically being consumed in this near mushroom cloud of explosion, as there's glops of fire blood splatting around you as you're ducking and dodging. All of you defy danger using your decks.
Oh, please don't. Can I hear the satire playing still?
Yes, he is following along. Gling, 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 gling.
Really?
Yep. I'll give you all the +1.
Oh, cool.
Is Bless still
I
going on
don't
me?
think you're still blessed because you're no longer in combat.
All good. That still makes me a 10 because of the satire.
Okay.
I'm 11 with the satyr.
All right.
I'm an 8.
I'm also an 8.
Okay.
12.
12. Okay. Those of you who pass past 10 or better, you get away. Those of you who did not, please roll a D8, no armor.
I have pips in my hand. I rolled a 12.
All right, we'll let her. You rolled a 12.
She's our guest.
I know. We'll give her +2 protection for your over 10. So she has her armor +2 for lava blood.
As a glob hits me, can I just raise my shield and just lose it instead of taking damage?
Sure.
Bye, shield.
You like hear it coming, and out of instinct raise your shield, and it blops on and just starts to eat it away as you chuck it from your person. All right, Pip, how'd
You're
you
next,
do?
kid.
I'm back at 1, but I'm alive.
And as the carnival burns away, you and the villagers standing upon the hill of the valley watching, you notice that the fog that surrounds the place begins to dissipate and fade away. And just as the fog begins to fade, as the sun comes up, and you can see that the sunlight is starting to burn off the fog. You've saved the villagers. You've destroyed the avatar of Raka. Good job, adventurers.
That's great.
Good job, Graybeard.
Thank
Good
you.
adventure.
So good.
And
That was a lot of fun.
how much experience does everybody have, real quick?
0.
7.
Chris.
I don't think I ever added experience.
Red, you have 7.
7.
You go up a level, buddy. So Red leveled up during the adventure. Did anybody else have close?
No.
Okay, because you would have ended up getting 1 for finishing the adventure, 1 for discovering something new and about the world, and I'll say searching the wagons, you would have earned enough treasure to get a 3rd point. So you have 3 more experience points in case we come back to play the next session of this sometime when Indoor abandons us.
Would you say we defeated a worthy
That put me
opponent?
over.
Oh, it did? Woo!
Nice.
So Pips, you go up. And what did you say, Rigard?
Would you say we defeated a worthy opponent?
You did. Look at your race and alignment too, because you may be getting a point for that also.
I'm level 2 now. Wow.
So my race at the start of each session, you're meant to ask me something about my homeland.
Okay.
I get an experience if I answer, and my alignment's neutral. So whenever I teach someone the ways of my people.
All right. So someone says real quick before the session ends, "Hey, tell me something about your homeland. Tell us something about your homeland."
Where are you from, adventurers?
Australia.
We have a lot of things that can kill you there.
Yeah, we have trees that can kill us. I brought my boomerang.
There's drop bears.
Yeah. And so yeah.
All right, so take your experience, save your sheets. Like I said, hopefully at some point we will come back to the next adventure, and the next adventure is as the sun rises and the villagers are dispersing. The satyr says, "I've got something you all could help me with, please," and a big grin.
Yes.
Happy to.
and we'll continue from there.
Yay!
All right, good
Well-
job, guys.
Well,
Woo!
Graybeard, thank you so much for
Thanks,
running
Graybeard.
this.
You.
Cheers.
You're welcome. I love this game.
Yeah.
I
Thank
so love
thank
this
you
game.
to everybody who was stopping by and chatting it up, and the small bit war that was going on in chat. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, what, guys?
that
And
that
thank
lot
y'all
did.
for inviting me. I had a really good time.
Thank you
JD,
so much
thanks
for
for
playing
coming
with us,
out.
JD.
Now
Okay,
you're one of us.
How could we
One
not?
of us. One of us.
Yeah.
Us.
And I don't know. Hopefully we get to do this again. Real
Yep.
spoon.
All right.
But yeah, thank y'all so much.
got-
Anybody got any particular sign offs they want to do?
Go ahead, Graybeard.
Oh, I'm Graybeard or Graybeard's Tavern. Come join me on Sunday mornings so I can play some Darkest Dungeons. I didn't get an opportunity to use many props today because you were fighting demons and critters. So I apologize for that. But other than that, yeah, check me out anytime. Oh, and Tuesday nights normally I play Kronk, and I love it.
Oh, next week's gonna be intense.
Oh,
Graybeard, can you do the thing for 2D skills?
Yeah. Okay, he became a follower.
Yes, I believe he followed me.
Okay, that's good. When I'm on a show and anybody becomes a follower, I take this mallet and I hit that guy right in the face.
Yay!
And wakes up the little elves in his house and gets in trouble.
I'm gonna, but I love you guys.
It's so good.
LB, any sign offs?
I am normally on Indoor Adventures Monday and Tuesday nights. I play a halfling barbarian and a shifter cleric blood hunter now. My cat is very angry at me, so I'm gonna end it there.
All right, Barry.
Yeah, you can just find me Twitter and Twitch. Damn it, Barry. Keep it simple. And I'm on Indoor Adventures channel Tuesday nights where I play the most dashing rogue ever who now has a pet hand. Yeah,
All right.
loved by all of his party members.
All right, JD, where can we find you on the internet?
I am JD Lady on Twitter and on Instagram, and I mostly hang out in these guys' Discords or on Amy Falcone's Twitch stream and her Discord, and I watch the C Team.
Right, well, thank you so much for stopping by and playing
Thanks
with
for
us.
having me.
Anytime.
Yeah, hope to see a real spoon. RJ, where can
Oh,
people find
hi.
you? What you do?
hey, you could catch me on Twitter and Twitch at rjustice282 and on the Monday and Tuesday games over at Indoor Adventures as Calum and Hubris, respectively.
And I've been a streamer. Cyberwolf 1201. You can find me right here because y'all are already here, and I don't know what I'm doing. I never have to do sign offs.
Oh, I'm
Um,
gonna say then, if you don't mind, thank you ever so much for hosting, doing the layout, the background. You know, this would not have happened without you, good sir. So it's
Yeah,
all
dude.
definitely.
Thanks, Connor.
Thank you.
You the
Well,
best.
like the rest of these, most of the rest of these folks, I'm also on Indoor Adventure streams, but just in the Monday night game, where I play like the Blood Hunter, who looks a little bit like the shirt I'm wearing right now, but yeah, that's a secret. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by, and with that, I will bid you all a good night. Bye bye.
Good night.
Night.